Welcome back to Voyages of the Defiance,
Hey.
episode 9, because it was 8 last time.
Welcome back, guys.
Oh
Welcome
my
to
god,
Voyages
oh
of
my
Defiance.
god, oh my
Welcome
god.
back to the
Anyways,
Whoa.
so,
back.
smoke is beginning to clear from the battlefield, and the broken ships around you are beginning to rest against the bottom of the ocean, with the one exception of the Defiance. And we're just going to move right back to the map we were at before, not because we're going to be having combat, but because it's good to have a visual of, you know, where all the shit is. So, we are here. Our ship is really hurt. Combat literally ended, you know, like seconds ago. What now, Captain Svensson? And, or I suppose the rest of you, but what's the general orders?
Okay, carpenters, start fixing the ship immediately.
That means
You
me
got
so I
it.
can't just ball out.
At
I
that
know we
order,
are
I'm go-
seaworthy, but I would like to get that started as soon as possible. What ship is in deepest water, Alex?
Deepest would be the, I think it's the Dragduthiel.
Okay, and how deep is that?
That is something that we can do. So as the repairs begin, you can bring your ship alongside where the wreck is, lower a fathoming rod. But are we using carpentry supplies to do the repairs? Because in which case we could do that immediately.
Can you remind me of the mechanical difference?
So the difference is, normal repairs require a full short rest, and at most it can heal 4d4. Combat repairs, which use carpentry supplies, can heal for, let's see.
We should use one, Ethan.
I'm not sure, dude. I think we're going to be here for a while.
Okay.
How many do we have?
We have.
You have
We can-
5 carpentry supplies, I
That's true,
believe.
and we can probably liberate at least 2 from the beached ship. So we can probably go ahead and use carpentry supplies.
I think
Okay.
using one just in case anything rolls up on us. Storm, goons,
Yep,
Kraken.
I do agree, actually.
Well, this would be a roll for the Master Carpenter then, since he has by far the best carpentry skill. And this will be a d20 plus 1d6.
I'll remove one from the Excel.
Pardon me.
Yep, thank you.
I'm
Yeah, I'm aware that you cannot roll right now, I don't think. So, Ben, do you want to roll for him?
Yup.
There's also the matter of prisoners to deal with, but we'll get to that in a second.
Oh, we do have some prisoners.
All right.
That
Wait,
was
make sure to
1d4,
add my intelligence modifier to it.
Sorry, was that not what I was supposed to roll?
No, that is... no, sorry, that's not. It's 1d20 plus 3 plus 1d6.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Wait, wouldn't it be my carpentry modifier, and I have a +5 to that?
I double-checked the thing, and it says the ship's skill, not your skill. So it's 1d20 plus 3
No,
plus
but it's an
1d6.
officer thing.
Oh, you're using your officer roll. I see.
Yeah,
I'll
it's a
double-check
passive
that
ability.
then. I see. All right. I gotta
I'd
go
also
read
like
your
to use
sheet.
my officer ability to give a plus to this roll.
You know
Does that
proficiency?
only apply... No, I think he does. Don't you have proficiency with Carpenter's Tools, Rudel? Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Sure,
And does this apply only to short
Wait,
rest
I thought
actions
that
or
the
all
whole reason
actions?
that you were making me study
It's-
carpentry was because you didn't have proficiency.
It's any check. No, I have
Oh.
had you do it because you also have to do this
any
for
check.
your job.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Xander is correct, though, so he gets to add his carpentry tool. So it's a d20
So what do I roll?
plus 8 plus 1d6 and then plus 2. So d20 plus 10 plus 1d6.
Plus
Whenever
ratio?
a creature with 30 within 30 line side of the bosun attempts a skill
30.
check or
Holy
tool
shit,
check
dude.
that the bosun is proficient in,
That's
the
good.
bosun can give that an extra
believe you.
1d4 to their roll.
Oh, it's a 1d4.
Uh,
All right, it's fine. We
So do I add
1d4.
another d4?
Oh, it's
no, I added
1d6 when it's level 5. So
I added the
it's
2.
1d6.
So
Okay.
I think it's fine. We passed by like a lot. It's not a big deal. Now I need to go figure out how much it repairs by because I forgot.
Oh, I thought we were rolling
It
for the amount of health. It's a pass-fail.
No,
thought
it's a
it was
pass-fail.
30.
Pop champagne, whoa. Don't worry about it.
Okay, cool. So the repair amount is... It's so much easier for the short rest action because they just say the number here. It's like hidden in subtext. I don't fucking...
Didn't you write it?
No, this is from a module. But I was like,
Oh,
I don't want to use the 5e boat thing. I'll use a module. And then I'm reading this and it doesn't make any sense. Okay, we're just gonna use the short rest thing, but yeah. So it'll be...
What if it's worse? What if it's worse?
Okay, I'm just gonna read the words to you and let me know if you know what this is trying to say, okay? The carpenter rolls to repair the ship using the ship's skill, which is its charisma modifier, adding their sailing die to the result. If there are multiple carpenters, choose one to make the roll, but each may add their sailing die to the total. What is the amount it heals by?
The total.
No. I don't think that's how much it heals by.
Is it perhaps in the ship like healing section? I don't know. Looking like.
Feel free to look at the PDF if you can divine the answer, but for now we're just... Oh wait, there it is, repairing. Nope, that's for if it's derelict. Yeah, we're just gonna use the short rest one, but we're gonna allow all the things. So it's gonna be what you're gonna roll, Ben. You're gonna roll 2d4 plus 3d4. Yeah,
Okay.
2d4 plus 3d4.
5d4.
Yep,
Wait,
5d4.
sorry, I was deafened for a bit. Is that including my
That is including
carpentry,
all the things that apply.
no,
that
I'm
means-
saying like with my thing where I can use my mage hand to have an additional hand of carpentry tools.
It's including
an
all
extra
the
D4.
things.
Let's go.
Okay, so the Defiance has healed by 12.
That's pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Not
The
as
ship
good
is
as
no
I was
longer
hoping.
at 1/4 HP. So-
Wait.
As the Defiance pulls up to the drag Duthiel and you begin to lower a fathoming rod, Andre Cox has been watching over the prisoners, but Captain Svensson, you're able to walk over and take account of the full battlefield. First Mate Georg will deliver to you the estimate that you have killed about 70 men, 13 or so escaped on the beach, just based on what people reported seeing during the battle. And then there are these 3 prisoners. This is the bosun, the master sergeant, and a specialist from the Drag Duthiel. But since the Drag Duthiel was the flagship, these can be considered the master bosun of the fleet, the master sergeant of the fleet, and the master specialist of the fleet.
What is
they're
a
current-
specialist?
What is Master Specialist?
You don't have one on the Defiance, and on any previous ship you worked on, like the government raiding ships, you didn't have specialists either, so you're not sure. But
Okay.
currently, Andre Cox is holding them in the cargo bay.
Yeah, I'll go up to them. I'm curious as to what it
Yeah.
says.
You climb down to the cargo bay, likely joined by Vezio and
And
Unio.
then while I'm doing this,
Snort.
I'll give orders to conduct soundings at each of the 3 subships
Okay.
while I'm.
Sometimes I forget that's what sounding actually means, but it definitely is what it means.
Yes, that absolutely is what
Alex.
it means. That's what I hope it to mean in this context, and it means nothing else in this.
You
universe.
descend to the
That's what
cargo
I'm deciding.
bay.
I hate you.
You descend to the cargo bay, and inside there are 3 individuals. All 3 of them are bloodied from the crab fireball incident, and they're pretty different. They've also been separated out like into different corners of the cargo hold, so they can't plot and scheme together. There is a Alceranian with several weapons. There is a halfling who's like bundled up tightly, and there is a
Still have his weapons?
no. He had, well, some of them are still on him, like the scabbarded ones,
Sure,
but
yeah.
his hands are bound, so it doesn't really matter too much.
Okay.
And then the last one is a half elf in plate armor, and Andre Cox will, remain standing next to it, but Georg will inform you the Alceranian is the master bosun, the half elf in plate is the master sergeant, and the halfling is the master specialist. These are their like self-identified titles.
Wait, what was the Master Sergeant?
The half elf in full plate.
Oh, half elf. Okay. I'll go up to the halfling.
Yeah,
What?
Can I join?
sure.
What is a
I'm asking the
specialist
captain.
do?
Ethan, can I join you?
Oh, I'm not going to stop you.
Nice.
What does a specialist do on your ship?
He looks up at you. He's in, sort of dark, common clothes that cover up everything except for the small slit of his eyes. I kill people.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna rip away the cloth covering his face. I want to see his face.
Yeah, the most of his face looks normal. The veins on his body are pretty visible, though. They have this like strange, like this very strange vascularity where like the veins on his neck are very visible. The veins on his cheeks sort of like stretch up. They almost look like worm-like underneath his skin. It looks like he's gone under the effect of some like pretty nasty poison and barely survived it.
So you're an assassin then?
I suppose so.
Nice. Nice.
I don't think you
Cool.
can be trusted. Do you? I'll look down at the snort.
Oh no, we gotta ice this guy. I'll do it. I'll do it right now, Captain. Just tell me the word.
I only work for
Adrian.
coin, if you have the coin for it.
No, no coin. No coin. We just gotta kill him.
Well, unfortunately, I don't trust you. Adrian!
Andre cocks his head.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, Andre. Fuck, sorry. I thought it was, I'm Adrian. God damn it. Yeah, it's worth a shot.
Yes, Captain?
Andre.
Oh, yeah. And he walks over.
Cut
Yeah?
his speed off, dump him overboard.
Well, I mean, he's got equipment on him. We probably want to just kill him the normal way, right? Take his...
Okay, if you want to kill him and then cut his speed
Uh,
off, but I'm not sure if that,
Captain,
affects the
Captain,
magic.
remember you said I get all his shit because it only fits me?
I said you get his armor.
Yeah. That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess search him first. What does he have on him?
The halfling starts, he looks up and he says, wait! And then Andre slams the spear into his throat, and the specialist is dead.
Nice.
Oh, I wanted to know. Hopefully his feet still work.
Andre shrugs.
Yeah.
What you will find on the master specialist is studded leather armor, a curved short sword, a longbow, and 20 arrows, as well as a small vial of unidentified poison.
Okay, Snort, do you want the studded leather?
Do I even have proficiency with that?
It's a great question.
Isn't that
I would
light
think-
armor?
Yeah, but I'm a sorcerer.
Yeah, you would.
It'd be in your, I mean, like, your proficiency.
I'm pulling up my sheet. Yeah.
Pretty sure sorcerers have light armor.
We'll see.
Sling, dagger, quarterstaff, crossbow, and then some languages. Looks like not. What is wearing armor without proficiency? Can you just
Can't
not do it?
cast spells.
Oh.
Oops.
All right. Let me just make sure that I didn't miss it.
I checked. You didn't miss it. They don't get light armor.
They get no armor whatsoever.
Correct.
Dang, that's so balanced. What the fuck?
Unless you're a draconic sorcerer, then your skin is armor.
So there's just like no way for me to up my AC. That sucks.
Well, you can get armor proficiency as a feat.
Well, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, okay. Well, then there you go.
Do you have mage armor?
No, I'm not a mage.
He did get you there. He did get got there, yeah.
I'll ask someone to call Crab down. Can you take that as a no, Ben?
It appears I'll go. You know what, Captain?
I mean,
I'd love to have it,
you need a
but-
check.
I don't think I need it.
All right. Put his stuff in the hold, and can someone get Crab, please?
Yeah, Krabs was called for earlier, and he descends the ladder. And ever since he cast that fireball, he's just had a different demeanor about him. He's been smiling, he's been giddy, he's been happy like a just a happy fella.
He did good work.
Yeah, and as he descends to the cargo hold, he has a broad. His teeth aren't showing, but he does have a broad smile across his face, and a couple people are looking at him, more concerned than seeing his usual demeanor. And he walks forward and he gives you a nod. Captain.
Crab, or... It's occurred to me your name isn't actually Crab.
Oh, I expect very little of you. It's all right. Plus, at the moment, we should be celebrating, not worrying about people's names. There are many scorched men on the top deck.
Yes. Excellent work with that, by the way. Some other news. We have this halfling here.
Yes,
Their feet are magical, correct?
of course.
What exactly do they do?
Wear them around your neck, and in a moment of immense misfortune and unluck, one of the toes will crisp and rot. And, they will rot naturally, so if you do not use them before the feet are no longer, feet-like, and you are reduced to the bone, they will no longer function. So you probably have a good 2 weeks of their functioning.
Can you preserve them?
You can try. I've heard of pickling experiments done in the kingdom of Estenia, but they seem to fail. You have about 2 weeks until the magic leaves the body, and you cannot separate the toes from the feet. That too has been tried.
I see. Okay.
Oh, I haven't. What about This isn't in character, actually. Would gentle repose work there?
It could always be tried.
What does it
Unfortunately,
do?
no one on the
Can't
ship
decay.
has gentle repose.
What about
I guess it's
purify
the second
food
level.
and water?
Anyways, Captain Svensson, Crab will look at the corpse of the halfling and say, I recommend you give 1 foot to yourself and 1 foot to perhaps the first mate. He seems awfully unlucky.
Ah, dang.
Mm. I was thinking Vizio, perhaps. Not
He would be
useful in
valuable
combat.
as well.
Can I have one?
I do not think you need one little
No,
creature.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. No worries. No worries. Not trying to be.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, Andre will just casually, he'll take a short sword from one of the nearby marines, just boom, boom, cut him off, take off the shoes, hand over the hair-covered, greasy, gross, dirty halfling feet to you.
Icky. Yeah.
My
So-
favorite.
All right. I'll
You can
wear
add one to your sheet, yeah, and
Right.
Vezio, I assume you'll have no qualms wearing a halfling foot around your neck.
They're kind of grisly, but
They are.
if they work, they
They
work.
do work. So now, as you add them to your sheet, you're going to want to add this as probably a magical item, to be honest. The way they mechanically work is anytime you roll a natural 1, when there is a halfling foot around your neck, one of the toes is consumed, and you just get a reroll. And this happens no matter what check you're doing. Anytime you roll a natural 1, it just burns up one of the toes automatically. You don't even get the choice of failing.
Yo.
So there you go. Halfling feet for both of you.
You get to re-roll. You say.
Correct.
All right.
Eric, you said I'm there, right?
Yeah.
What's the expression on the other's face as we just like cut their friend's foot off?
They don't seem to be friends with each other.
All right, cool.
As he said, he was a hired mercenary, so the half elf just seems to look a bit surprised, and the bosun seems to be like preparing himself for something. Like he's like, as his eyes closed, he's muttering something.
Oh yeah, I'll go over to him. And
Wait.
kick him.
As we're walking over, I want to say, hey, Captain. Hey, Captain.
Yeah.
Can I take the lead on this interrogation? I want to try one.
Not this one. Maybe the next.
All right. Maybe next time. No worries.
Yeah. I'll go and kick the guy who's muttering something.
Yeah, you kick him and he, his eyes open.
Stop muttering, you. What are you saying?
I am speaking a prayer.
To who? Is this the halfling, Alex? Or
No, the halfling is dead.
Half-elf?
This is not the half elf. No, this is the Alsteranian.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I'm speaking a prayer to the sorcerer kings.
I've heard they're not doing too well right now.
Perhaps on this plane.
Ah, shame. And what did you do on your wretched boat?
I was the mastered bosun of the fleet.
Oh. On the fleet. What does he have on him now? So I'll get.
Most of his stuff was actually a bit dangerous, so Andre's already gathered it up in a bag. He had 3 pistols, 2 scimitars, and 5 boarding grenades.
Can I request the boarding grenade?
grenades. Have I seen these before, Alex?
Yeah, he used it during the fight.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He killed 2 people.
Jesus. Ugh. You're a
Yeah, what are the
dangerous
state
little
of the
tool.
Marines?
Oh yes, you lost 2 people in the last fight, Vezio, but everyone else is alive. You lost, that
Wait,
guy who
did we?
lost his brother, Uba? That guy died.
Wait,
yeah.
did we get more Marines?
Nope. Oh, you got one more. You got Andre
Got
Cox.
one more.
Okay. Oh, you must have just shortened the table then.
We did shorten the table, yeah.
And
Yeah,
do you
I'm getting
work for money
tired.
too?
I did not work for money. I was a prisoner.
Oh. Hold on.
Alex asked.
Did you ask him? Oh, I didn't hear you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I asked if you were a slave.
I suppose so. I mean, there was no formal contract or such, but They pirated the vessel I was aboard. I was the bosun aboard that ship, and they asked me to work on their fleet.
Why fight us if you were a slave?
I got a 15 on an insight check.
Yeah, he seems pretty earnest.
Okay.
Why would I fight? Why do you think? Would your slaves not fight to protect your ship? Of course they would. They know the alternative.
All right. Fair enough. I'll look to the third guy. Walk over to him.
Yeah, he just looks at you.
I'll look down at Snort. I'll give him a nod.
All right, nice. I'm gonna get like So Alex, can you describe this guy to me and like his like position?
Yeah, so he's kneeled on the ground, like his knees underneath him, sort of like propped up on those. He wears plate armor. It's really dinged up. Like this, certainly you wouldn't be able to sell it for like maybe even a couple hundred gold if you sold it. It's like fresh plate is 1,500 gold, which is why I'm caveating. This is like old. This is hand-me-down shit. He has 2 great swords on the crate next to him, a warbow with a clutch of clearly Galadite arrows. He has a like black swept to the side hair. He's very half-elvish looking, like very like pointed ears, you know, sharp jawline, this sort of like alien beauty that puts a lot of people off about like elves. Yeah.
All right. And he's sitting down, right? So I can be like eye level with him if I like lean in.
He is kneeling, and since he is
Kneeling.
Westbar half-elf height, he's actually taller than you while kneeling.
Okay, then I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna like grab a little crate so that I can stand on it and be taller than him.
Yep.
I'm gonna get up on the crate and I'm gonna lean in and I'm gonna get all close in his face, and I'm gonna like talk loud enough that I'm like kind of spitting at him, and I'm gonna go, "Who the hell do you think you are?"
I am under Ithor.
Ah! And where are your treasures?
I suppose they are on me and on that crate. And he gestures towards the great sword with his head.
I'm gonna spit on him.
He just...
No response.
Yeah.
All right, Captain. That's all I got.
A valiant effort.
Thanks,
I'll,
man.
I'll look at his swords. Do they look magical in any way?
No, they're very beat up as well.
Oh, okay. And what did you do?
I was the Master Sergeant.
Ah. What a good idea. We're,
You got Snort just fucking huffing in the background.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to plug in my laptop.
That's so funny. Anyways, as you were saying.
anyone in the fleet have magical items?
Not that I know of.
Where were the valuables kept?
Likely at the moment at the bottom of the sea.
On one of the ships or buried?
I don't intend to tell you foreign pillagers anything else.
All right, can I kill him?
Well, we wouldn't get the info then, would we?
We'll get it from the other guy.
I'll look at the other guy. You want to spout any secrets?
Like what?
Where the treasures are.
What treasures?
Gold and such. Gold and such. Which ship were they kept on?
They were distributed throughout the fleet. There was no... I mean, while the flagship was, of course, the Dwerduthiel, each ship had its own master, who maintained their own crew ledger and such.
Was the gold kept on the same place on each ship?
No. Each captain and master were able to do things as they wished.
Do you know where the gold was kept on each ship?
No.
Or just yours?
I don't know where the gold was kept on mine.
Sounds like you're both useless to me then.
I am a bosun. Your
am a
ship is in
bosun.
dire need of repair.
That's true. That's true. You have skill with carpentry?
Of course I do.
Can you teach me?
I'm not sure if a halfling is suited for that sort of work.
I'm talented.
And perhaps.
He learns quickly. Are you an expert carpenter?
I would say so.
Can someone get Shybon?
Yeah, someone will. Well, Shybon's repairing the ship right now.
Yeah, this is important enough though.
Okay, all right.
Well,
His
I'm
carpenters
free too,
remain.
guys.
His carpenters. Well, no, you're also repairing the ship because they got 5d4. So you and all the other carpenters.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair.
So yeah, you call Shybon down. He's repairing the mast because one of those like ballista bolts had slammed right into the mast, just enough to angle it slightly, which would be very problematic for long-term travel. But Shybon will descend the ladders and join you in the hold.
What is it you need, Captain?
Can you quiz this man on carpentry a little bit? The advanced stuff?
I mean, all right.
Just roll me a carpentry tools check.
Make sure he knows what he's talking about.
Alrighty, carpentry tools check.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, you begin to ask this man, this bosun, all sorts of questions. And you can ascertain not only what his proficiency level is, but his specific skill. He has expertise, and he has a plus 11.
Yeah, that's real good.
All right, what do you tell me?
This man is even more advanced than I am, especially in mobile and naval repairing. I'm more specialized in on dock repairs. This man is even exceeds my talent.
He does, really.
I'd say so. Yes.
I'll look down at him.
Shybon gets demoted.
I wouldn't do that, but and you say you were a slave on your former ship?
Not exactly a slave, but not there by free choice. As I said, no contract was ever made.
If we pay you, will you work for us?
Of course.
Willingly?
There is no other choice.
Alright, I'd have to get it approved from the crew, but I'm willing to temporarily extend employment for pay. Especially if you're as talented as my carpenter here says.
He nods.
Alright, and I'll turn to the half-elf. What about you? Can you offer me anything useful?
He looks at you. I have nothing to offer a foreigner. All of you will get what is coming for you one day.
Can I kill him?
Do you know where the gold is?
Yes, and I will laugh as you struggle for it. Your men will drown as they search.
I'll look to
He doesn't know I know this.
I'll look to Andre. You ever done advanced interrogation before?
Of course I have, Captain, but we both know without a zone of truth, his word's worthless.
Oh, that's a good point. Oh! That's a better idea, actually. Is Crab still down here?
Yeah. He's just like, he's like sort of like 1,000 yards staring, smiling at the ceiling.
Hey, Crab,
Yes.
over here.
He walks over.
You know, have you always been trying to get a living subject?
Of course.
Can you make him talk at the same time? You know,
No.
so we get a 2-for-1 on that?
I overheard a bit of what you were saying. It won't function the same as a zone of truth. He'll cry, scream, and beg, but I would not trust the words. As my master would always say, men will sing the sweetest of words and love ballads if they think it'll gain them advantage. I'm sure he will be telling me his tragic life story and how he should be spared, but anything he tells cannot be trusted.
Okay, out of game. Real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Why?
Oh, he's gone.
Oh.
Dude, that was such good timing. What?
God is smiting him.
Yeah, bro was about to ask like a question that was too powerful.
Damn, and he's still dead. That's crazy timing.
While we got downtime, I just want to say shout out Kazik.
Shout out Kazik. For real, dude.
Shout out Kazik for real.
For real.
Yo, Kazik, if you watching this,
He is going to be.
I know he watching this.
Yeah.
I know Kazik watching this.
yeah,
I
no,
love
I'm just
Kazik.
giving a smooch.
Yeah,
I'm just giving a
smooching.
smooch.
Yeah.
Blake, are you back?
Yeah, I said, why not just like do the thing, have Rudel check, and then see if he can confirm or deny. And then if it's not true, then we continue. But if it is true, then we just finish the job.
He's
Yeah,
cooking.
it's kind of what I was thinking.
I'm just gonna tell you now, like, the advice of these two NPCs, both of them, who have done these types of things before, torture just doesn't work. It just actually doesn't. Like, it's been tested many times, specifically we've done, like, actual clinical studies, like, the US specifically, and it just doesn't work. Like, they got no actionable intel ever from torture. Without Zone of Truth, it's functionally just, like, a waste of time.
Okay.
Ooh,
alright, yeah,
soy
that's-
Eric.
that's-
It's true. I am soy by looking at the data. This is real and true.
Maybe they just weren't torturing hard enough.
Yeah. United States government.
99% of torturers stop before they make it big.
No! Alright. Adrian will probably know that too.
Yeah, like, I mean, you certainly would have done this during your days as a Marine. That's like half your fucking job. You would have, like, kidnapped people and tried to figure out where the town, like, resources were, and people just say all sorts of shit. They'll tell you whatever you want to hear. He'll tell you, 600 gold is in the captain's quarters, and then there's, like, spider web and 2 pence. Like, they'll just lie. Crab will look over. So, may he be a subject, then?
Is it gonna be messy in my cabin?
Oh, certainly not. He should be dealt with in less than 2 hours, probably. If it works, then we'll have a new Ahira on board.
A new what?
Ahira, my cat.
Attack? Lord. What
Just
are the
have to-
benefits to this?
If I am successful, then I could repair injuries like that. And he, snaps his fingers.
Oh, that's pretty useful actually.
Yes, flesh sculpting was a well-studied art, an entire sub-school of magic for many years.
Is it gonna hurt him or are you gonna kill him?
I don't think that him in his current state will survive.
Is it gonna hurt though?
Yes, considerably. I'll likely conduct it on the beaches, just to spare the splatter from the interior of the ship.
Alright, I don't like his attitude very much. Well,
You'll likely want to take anything he has on him first. If you don't, it will be transformed into an amalgam.
oh.
What does his
Ow.
face look like during this discussion?
He accepted death the moment he got captured, so it's about the
Okay.
same.
Why not just go down fighting then?
Because I don't know if you recall his specific positioning. He was surrounded by like 8 Marines.
No. Yeah. Okay.
He would have died in literally like a millisecond.
Yeah, and it would have been way faster and a lot more pleasant than whatever the fuck.
Well, yeah, most pirates don't have an onboard wizard that does flesh sculpting experiments, so that wasn't really a thing he was
Yeah.
concerned about.
Yeah.
Fucking Rick Bozo about to be the
Yeah.
worst 2 hours of his existence.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
We
once
bad
we,
people, guys.
once we get back
Yes,
to the-
yes, we are bad people.
No.
We are awful people.
Are we bad people?
Are we the baddies?
Yes, we are the bad guys.
Oh, that's so funny.
Are we the
baddies?
baddies?
Okay, yeah, Crab will, point towards
Yeah,
Andre and
once-
say, well, take off his clothing, please.
Once we get to the, you can wait.
Creates
Even
hell on
with-
earth. Are we the bad guys?
Even with some scraps of clothing, I don't want to walk
Crab
down
shakes his
here
head.
and
Again,
see his
any
clothing.
clothing, anything other than skin that remains on his person is going to turn into amalgam.
No, you can take it off once you get to the beach.
Oh, is your eyes going to be offended by a man's genitals? I've seen you split men in
Yes.
half.
Yes.
I don't want
I
to
don't
walk
like
down
it.
here and see that.
Good God. Fine.
It's like it's like seeing your cat with human hands. I don't enjoy seeing it every time I do. And this
Whatever.
is something I can control.
Whatever, your
Yeah.
Eastern problems.
Oh,
That was a very convincing impression, Captain.
I try.
Anyways, and Andre will begin to take off the plate armor. Obviously, the guy will resist, but kind of a bit late for that. And Crab will.
What are we doing with the plate on?
Well, they're just leaving it there. Crab and Andre will walk with Ithor up to the top deck. They'll requisition one of your many new dinghies and begin to head towards the shore. No one joins them for obvious reasons.
Okay.
So I'm just going to post the total haul that we got. This is everything we got from the boarding party that you all killed, as well as the 3 you took captured.
Does this imply that the previous cat that we have is a flesh sculpted human?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, it does.
Bummer.
Cow bummer.
Jesus Christ. So that's everything we got. If any of you want to add it to your character sheet, feel free. If not, we can just add it to the Defiance.
Oh, is a chain shirt kind of armor?
Can I get the
Yep.
boarding grenades?
Sure.
Do you want all
Yay.
5 of them?
Yes, please.
Do you want them for experimentation or for like combat use?
Which would you prefer?
What do you want him to say?
I'm not gonna answer that. Obviously.
IRL
Well,
insight check.
I'll do whatever gets me those grenades.
I am not gonna give them to you until I have the answer. How's that?
Okay, I'll use them for boarding combat.
That was the wrong answer.
Damn.
Okay.
Damn.
Wait,
Yeah.
you want me? It's not like I could use it for.
Oh,
I don't know if you want 2 of them for your
Yeah,
gunpowder
yeah.
experiments, you can have them. It's just those seem valuable. Like
Okay.
really valuable.
Can I have 3 for combat and 2 for experimenting?
And like I said, they seem valuable, which means we can probably sell them for a lot of money.
Okay. Alex?
What do you want me to do?
Can I do a Tinker Tools check to see how complex this device is?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Gonna
shit, dude. Actually, if you can have 1 to see if you can find out how expensive it is, like how much it might be worth, and then we can decide from there. How's that? Worth, like, a
roll me a
lot,
Tinker
then-
Tools check. Sorry, Jackson was a good ass meme. No, that was Blake. Never mind, not Jackson. That was a good ass meme. Yeah, 24. I mean, this is a pretty simple device. This is. You know where this is from, Brutal. This is from the Emirate of Al Habab. So it's Al-Seranian, which makes it a bit like unique. In terms of what it actually is, it's the finest grade of gunpowder packed within a sort of like, not really leather, but like a hardened, very hardened paper exterior, then with a fuse on it. And this could go, because of how fine the gunpowder is, it's more of like a flame thing, not really like a shrapnel thing. So it doesn't do a ton of damage, but it does burn the shit out of people that are within its radius. So it does 3d6 fire damage, pretty easy to dodge just because the flames are so like small. It's not super crazy, hard to construct, but you don't have the gunpowder you need to make this because they almost only sell it in Al Habab.
Okay. And how much would it be worth?
You have no idea. It depends who you're selling it to. It's like relatively a unique item because they only are sold in Al Habab. So.
Okay. Well, I'll have the rest.
What are you telling Adrian they're worth?
It depends on the seller, but mostly not very. Not whatever Adrian's thinking. It's like 80,000 times less.
Oh my, that's a big number.
I don't trust you very much.
Well, you don't trust me because it's convenient for you. So don't you dare roll that insight check.
I can absolutely roll an insight check. You have done literally almost everything possible to, like.
Untrue. Legit
Ago
untrue.
Anyway.
I have legit told you
like, you're
everything
on thin ice.
you wanted to hear. You're metagame.
Either
metagame,
way,
metagame.
you can choose to do whatever you want with it because it is the captain. As much as this is a combat scenario. I mean,
fuck.
Rudo literally wasn't lying. It literally is not. He literally does not know how much it would be worth. So, I don't know what number you're thinking, but like a full gunpowder barrel is worth 2 gold. So, Sorry, a keg, not a barrel. A full keg, which weighs 20 pounds, is worth 2.5 gold. So it's definitely not going to be more than that.
Does he tell me
Legit
the bit
telling
about
the truth.
Does he tell me the bit about the gunpowder being like?
He did not
really
tell you
hard
that
to
bit,
get
no,
through?
because he
Okay.
didn't say
If
that.
he Yeah, if he didn't say that, then all right, yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
All right, yeah, you can. If they're not worth very much, you can have them then.
The bosun will speak up and say, "Be careful with those. They can go off on impact."
Oh,
I'll
that's right.
nod.
We have you. Are they expensive?
I did not pay for them. My shipmaster gave it to me when I was at bosun aboard the Al Chief. As I had heard, they were issued to him by the Emir
The Emir, like,
of Al Habab.
is that an important person?
It's the ruler of the emirate.
These were given directly unto him from the ruler of the city, the state, the what?
Correct. It is owned by the Gunpowder Company, and that is owned by the Emir. Only they have the, I don't know the common word, but control, I guess, would be the closest thing. They only have control over the sale of such fine powders.
Oh, that sounds valuable.
Again, I do not know. I have never
Never
heard of
mind,
them being
Rudolph.
sold.
You can't have them.
Too late. He already left.
I go and find him. Lol.
I don't know where you're gonna hide on the ship.
Oh, Bozo. No!
Like, that's so funny. I walk away on the tiny, 60-foot long
Bro,
ship.
I hate you. Why? It's 3d6. Just let me
But
have
he
them.
wants
There's
the money.
5 of them.
He wants the
God
money.
damn.
He wants
Can't
the
I just
shmoney.
have 5 explosives?
He wants the shmoney.
Fuck.
Well, yeah, I mean, no one's using them in combat, it sounds like, so I'm just gonna add them to the ship sheet, unless there's any...
Yes.
Okay. This is where, when you get to port, Rudel, you gotta vote this guy out as captain. He's taking your BAMs. He's taking your goddamn bombs.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know, and this is the power he gets as captain, because this is technically, a post-combat situation, so it's fucked up.
Alright, 6 chain shirts.
Ethan, I fucking hate you.
Hey man, they sound valuable, okay? And crew
You
needs
met-
money, or the crew will kill all of us.
You.
He'll recover,
So
he'll
it's that
recover.
or get murdered by the crew when we get to port.
What do we want to do with the chain shirts?
Does anyone want them?
They give 13 flat AC.
Crickets.
What is my AC?
I did not mean to roll that animal.
Was that you talking to Rudel in that conversation?
No, I didn't mean to roll that.
Okay, sounds like we're just adding them to the ship sheet then. Cool.
Yep.
I'm taking a crossbow and 25 bolt.
Cool.
Go for it, dude.
25, you said?
Yeah, how about instead of going through
Cool.
each of these individually, does anyone want anything from here?
Yeah, because I'll just have Jackson add it all to the sheet.
I might just take a longbow and some arrows,
Go for it, dude.
Cool.
just rather than throwing daggers. I
Take
think it's a little better.
blunderbuss.
Cool.
Yep, that's fine. Alex, you said there was a war bow somewhere, right? Does that just mean a longbow, or is that a specific thing?
It does mean a longbow, yes, though it's more of like a Galadrim variant in terms of like... Hi, Ben.
Okay, good.
In terms of like proficiencies and stuff and damage, it's longbow, but it would be instantly recognized as a Galadrim weapon.
Ooh, I like that. I'm gonna take that one.
Cool. Yeah.
That sounds cool.
There are weapons on here that would be, like, strictly speaking good for me to take, but I think I'm just not gonna.
Wait,
Cool.
I thought I wanted. Oh wait, no, there's another longbow. Okay, I didn't see that there were some duplicates.
No, yeah, there were two.
Okay,
well,
cool.
duplicate, yeah. So Jackson, do you want to hop onto this Defiance sheet and start adding stuff? I'll name out what's been taken, what to add. So add, and what I already added. So add 6 spears.
6 speed.
I have a question.
Yep.
What has Andre Cox got equipped? What is he?
Andre Cox has the 3 items he was granted by the captain. He has 2 spears, a breastplate, and travel clothes.
Based.
If we're not, are we gonna sell the plate armor, or do we want to put him in that?
That
Plate armor's
armor's-
worth what, 100 gold or something?
Normal plate armor in functioning condition that's nice and clean, like brand new, 1,500 gold.
This piece of shit plate armor, not worth that much.
Who knows? Yeah, you'd have to go to you have no blacksmiths aboard, so you'd actually have to go to like an appraiser, like a blacksmith, and be like, hey, how much will you buy this for? Because they have to resell it. So
I'm assuming it's worth at least a few hundred gold, which could single-handedly, like, that combined with our payout from Lord Rothschild could single-handedly break even for us.
Could be.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I'm gonna keep
We
it
could
for
give him
now.
the greatsword though, if no one else wants that.
he actually does dual wielding, so he would prefer to use 2 spears.
Dual wielding spears. That is upsetting to my.
Dual wielding
So
one-handed
weird.
spears. Yeah.
That's upsetting to my
Fuck.
my mind palace
what-
of combat. I can't.
It's like
cope with
it's like a D6 each. Right?
It's a D. Well, we do the variants here, so it's 2d4, so it's 2d4 plus 5 each.
Okay,
Yeah,
you know,
that is-
D8 for a one-handed weapon is like normal. So
Okay. So Jack, do you add the 6 spears?
Yep, did.
Next is rope lasso, which you can, because we don't want to get too complicated with it, just add 2 lengths of hempen rope.
Okay. Yeah. 1 sec. I was already trying to add that one.
Oh yeah, rope lasso is just rope. It's just normal rope. Then 10-foot chain, which I don't think we have any chain on our ship, so that would go on the uppermost storage thing. Jeez, that's a loud noise. Oh, that's why it's a loud noise. I figured it out. Okay. Chain 5e. There's like the 10-foot chain listed in the PHP. Oh, there it is, 10 pounds. Okay. 1 chain, 10 pounds. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Next, we need to add studded leather armor. I'm surprised no one took that. I guess we don't have many rogue boys on the ship.
Well, and it's halfling sized,
It is halfling size studded leather armor, yeah.
and only I can wear it, and I can't wear it.
Also true. So yeah, Jackson, add a studded leather armor. It weighs
That would do it.
13 pounds, and add like a parenthesis halfling.
Yeah.
Or small. Small is more accurate. Alright, I'll help you out this because we need to add a bunch of other stuff. We need to add that. We need to add a rapier, which weighs 8 pounds.
That was 13 pounds, you said?
13, yeah. Then we add a pepper box. I already did that. 20 more bullets. We're at 385. Boarding grenades. We already
I
added
take
those.
some of the bullets. I'm running kind of low.
There are another 40 bullets if you want to tap into that supply. Yeah, how many do you want to take?
Let's see. I'll take. I don't know. Like how much? Ethan, how much am I allowed to take? Because
I mean,
that's kind of like my main attack here.
how many do you have?
I have 2.
Oh, fucking take all 20, dude. I'm not gonna.
Well, yeah, there are. You guys picked up almost 70 from this one combat, so. I mean, how many do you want to take?
Fuck. I'll take 40 if it's
Okay,
not a
cool.
problem.
Yeah, no, there's plenty left.
It is not.
Okay, so that's another 395. I think we got everything then, because you guys all took the longbows. Surely you added those to your sheets. Oh, we have a great sword that we need to add, and then of course, can never forget the plate armor.
What about the normal leather armor? Did we
I
do
already
that?
added it.
Okay.
We got speed, Jackson. Speed. Oh, you can actually add the plate armor. Weighs 65 pounds.
Alright.
Okay, cool. Everything has been added.
Sick.
So that is what you got from that. While all this has been going on, oh yeah, Crab and Andre are at shore. The bosun is, you need to bring them onto the crew. Fathom rods have been dropped for all 3 of the vessels. The drag Duthiel is 75 feet under the surface.
Holy
So
fuck.
I'll add a little label there. We'll do like this, 75 feet. The Dwedithiel is 45 feet, and the Fanzanier is 10 feet. In fact, it's so low underneath the water, or so close to the surface, that if its mast hadn't collapsed, it would still be like above water.
Okay, well, let's start with the easiest ship of them all first. The beached one.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, Ethan.
Yep.
What I was gonna say is, while you guys are doing that, Riddle can just jump in and start doing the flagship and see if there's anything cool on there.
Sure. What method
If
do
you
you
wanna
have
start-
to light your path?
To light my path.
Yep.
Oh shit.
How deep is that one, Alex?
75 feet.
Yeah, that one's the hardest one by far.
Does
did
Crab
some-
have a light cantrip of some kind?
I will double check. I think we've asked this before and he doesn't, but he may. He
I
does
also
not.
might.
No.
Let me check. Let me check if I do. I don't.
Is there any spellcaster on the ship with a light cantrip?
Nope.
Let me find out. I can thunderclap.
Very helpful.
I don't think that's it.
Oh wait, what am I thinking? Magical tinkering counts as that.
Oh, true.
That's right. You can
Oh,
have
yeah,
you
there's
can
an
infuse an
artificial.
object.
He's right.
Cool.
Yeah, that produces light.
Cool,
Oh, that's a
cool,
lot
cool.
of reading.
That
A
is a
The
lot.
5
object
foot radius.
sheds bright light 5 foot radius and dim light for an additional 5 feet.
Cool. Yeah, you just got to go find a rock and then you can do it. So probably go on shore, get a rock, come back, dive in, drip in. Okay, cool. Well, then you should adjust everything on your sheet you don't want to bring underwater with you because water damage.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
So while you're doing that, the Defiance is going to go within.
That's also Blake. If you're going to do that, I would rather you do the one that's 10 feet underwater, just because that's the next one we're going to go to after this. You fine with that?
Wait, say again?
That's the Fansineer is the next boat we're going to go to after this one. We're just going to do it in order of like how easy they are to salvage.
Oh, okay.
I'd rather you just do the Fansineer so you can.
Right.
So you guys head to the Quai de Vanthil. This ship was reduced to a little bit under, basically 0 HP. It was a little bit above that, but then it beached itself, so it's functionally derelict in terms of like boat mechanics. And you guys have, I believe it's 3 dinghies now. Yeah, 3 dinghies because 1 dinghy was taken to shore by Crab and Andre. You can see that they're on this like little sandy island here, and yeah, we'll talk more about that as that ritual progresses. But you get a crew of 24 people, so basically every player, onto some dinghies, plus some marines, plus some other bozos, and head over to the Quai de Vanthil. They had 3 full minutes to do stuff aboard the ship. In that time, you can see that most of the ship stuff has been left. So I don't know how granular we want to get with this, but I have an entire inventory sheet for the ship, which I will just paste in our general chat. This is what remains. There we go.
Assuming there's no like hidden compartment.
That is, yes, assuming there's no hidden compartments, that's what it contains. Just for the viewers, it contains basically everything the Defiance does, but in smaller quantities, because, you know,
Ooh, that red
tiny
wine
little ship.
would be worth a lot of money.
Also, it has
the
ballistas.
The 2 ballista. We're absolutely taking those, and also the ballista bolts.
Cool.
Wait, where?
2
What?
uses. What?
General chat.
Yes. The 2 uses of carpentry supplies. We will take those and add them to ours.
Ooh, 3 for the flag collection. Let's go.
I am going to leave it up to Jackson to add all this stuff to your sheet, so be like very specific about what you want him to add. Secondly, you also find a crew ledger, and that ledger indicates that there were 15 people aboard. 15 people aboard this ship, and there are no bodies on board.
What? Oh, okay.
They all went away.
Hey, Xander, would
What's
you
up?
like to help me do an advantage investigation check with false bottoms? Looking for false bottoms and floors?
Blake, aren't you scouting out the other one right now?
Thou are a false bottom.
Did you leave me at the drag dual theater or something?
No, I thought you were scouting out the Fansineer while we were stripping this boat of all its valuables. That was
okay.
my understanding.
Oh,
was that.
okay. Well, yeah, I could do that.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Okay, so I'm
Shaibon,
not
make
there.
me an investigation check.
You got it.
Can you get the bosun to help you for advantage? Or not the bosun?
That is the bosun.
The bosun's mate.
I don't believe the bosun. Well, actually, Snort, do you have proficiency with investigation checks?
Unlikely.
I also
Or
think
if
it's
we don't get
unlikely, but there's a
anything.
chance.
I still have a +7, so we should be
Yeah,
good.
but he may have advantage.
on.
So.
I do if I'm not
I
busy.
don't.
I do not.
All right.
Cool.
Does
Rip Bozo.
does anyone on the crew other than Root?
Wait, hold on. This is with disadvantage because
They probably do, but they'd have to go
exhaustion.
do theirs. Okay, well then we get a neutral one. Smile.
I do, but I'm probably doing.
So
stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Neutral
I would-
because
I would-
exhaustion.
I would call
Yeah.
you up to help you with this if you were doing something else.
Sure. Yeah,
Oh, wait,
you
I thought-
search the ship. The
I thought
key.
we got rid of the exhaustion.
We did. We should
Oh,
have.
Oh, when did that
We
happen?
like we took a short rest at one point. When would you have gotten exhaustion? Is the question.
I don't know, but it was marked on my sheet.
I marked it, and then I think I told you to unmark it. I guess.
Okay.
Maybe.
I
think you just forgot to.
Okay. Well,
unmark
either
it
way,
and
it's a
you-
13.
Yes.
So.
Right. Well, no, with help,
wouldn't
and
it be-
then it would be an advantage, so it would be 26.
Okay, so Unios is helping you. All right, so with the 26, you will find after a bit of searching that in the captain's quarters, he has this like heavy, like 300-pound desk up against the rear wall, and you slide it because it actually moves remarkably easily. And behind that, one of the boards has been taken away, and inside of a sort of hole where you. Most people would expect this just to be the edge of the ship, so they wouldn't even look for a false compartment. But you know that there's a bit of bulk to this, sort of like what you did. And in this container, the board has already been pre-pried open, and there's nothing inside.
Lame.
Damn. They took what
that
they could
makes
with
sense,
them.
though. That makes
Yep.
sense.
So tell me what to add to the sheet.
Okay. Let me look at the
I've
thing.
got 2 carpentry supplies added.
Okay. Medium anchor. We don't have that.
Okay.
Why would we need the medium anchor?
It's useful to have 2 anchors.
Good point.
In case one of them breaks in a heavy storm or something, which is possible.
Yeah, exactly. A Dulethial squadron flag. I see no reason why not to.
Yeah, that is the pirate flag that they have.
That's fine. We're pirates, so
Cool.
it makes sense.
How's Dulethiel spelled again?
It's on the thing.
Duthiel.
Did you just misspell that while reading? Did you forget the TH?
Duthiel.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear the E the first time.
Oh, okay.
That would have been really funny, though.
Hey,
It would have
Ethan,
been.
wouldn't it be a massive problem if we were found holding that?
Don't we already have
It
a
would be
pirate flag?
massive problem if we were found
We don't.
holding multiple flags to begin with. I feel like, right?
This is true.
Yeah.
Jackson, for the extra flags, they've been put in the false compartment at the bottom.
In for a penny, out for a pound.
Okay.
Like,
Fair.
Anything else we want to take?
oh yeah, Jackson. Just tell me when you're ready for the next one.
All right. Give me a moment.
He's cooking. Let him cook.
Yeah, I don't want to get ahead of him.
Oh, he's got that. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. 4 additional 50-foot lengths of hempen rope.
Check.
11 more barrels.
The barrel thing is complicated. So, obviously, they had a much smaller crew. You could gain 1 day of rations if you wanted from all the rations they have on their ship.
Oh, I see what you mean. The barrels are separate from the day of rations.
They are not. They are tied together via
I
math.
see. Okay,
Yeah.
makes sense. All right, yeah. So 1 additional day of rations.
Cool. PogChamp.
What about the water? Oh,
That would be 1/7. No, it'd be 1 day of water as well.
all
one
right,
day of
1
water.
day of water.
Check.
4 kegs of red wine. Is that a specific type of red wine, Alex?
No, it's not very fancy. It's just like red wine, period.
We've got 5
Can
kegs
we
of red
have
wine.
Georg taste it, and can he tell us where it's from?
Georg will taste it and be like, "Oh, the alcohol count in this is lower than I'm used to. I'm used to paint stripper," and then that'll be his contribution.
Man,
He's
if
not
only
like a
we still
wine
had
connoisseur.
whisper.
He's an alcoholic.
I don't know. Maybe if anyone was gonna know, it'd be him.
Maybe he's a cultured alcoholic.
Maybe
We exist.
That's so tricking.
We?
No, I didn't
You
say
heard
that.
him.
He did a comedy.
Okay, 2 ballista.
2 ballista. All right. We don't have any ballistas currently.
Nope, you gotta add them
No.
new into the armory section.
Which is good because I believe we sold the last one for like 250 gold or something like that.
How much do those weigh, Eric?
450 pounds.
50.
420 pounds?
Is that a reference to a vine?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's
Maybe
a
Family
reference
Guy?
That
to
was
a
a
very
reference
vague
to the-
Egoraptor
to the-
video.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, or that.
What's next, Ethan?
32 bolts.
32 ballista bolts.
Alrighty, very pog.
All right.
A chain shirt.
I already added all the other armory stuff. The chain shirt, spear, light crossbow, crossbow bolts.
Okay. How many dinghies can we reasonably get?
You already have more than you can deploy. Like, you can deploy one every full combat action of naval stuff, which is a full minute, and you have 4 of them now.
No, I'm saying, how many can we store on the boat?
Store technically as many as you want, but they're just unusable.
Oh.
And
how
probably
many can
not
we
worth much?
store- How
No.
many can we store on deck? Prepared
Like
to
1,
use?
which is what you have.
Okay.
You already have 3 more
yeah.
than you can store on the deck.
Alright, well, now we have 7 more than we can store.
Pog.
We will
All right,
just
increase the
not-
number to
not-
8.
We will just not store the rest at some later point. Some later date, I decide.
Pog champ.
Alright, and then a Trade Federation flag and a Thon Merchant flag. Just the 2
Alrighty.
flags that are in there.
Now, I would
Yes.
like this is a general roll for everyone on the Defiance, but I just like one person to roll it. So, since Yarrow hasn't rolled anything yet, let's just get a D20 from Yarrow.
We've got 2 Hassan merchants.
Oh, you're right, you do.
by the way.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, add the second Hassan merchant flag. Cool.
We have 5 minutes until shit starts showing up.
Maybe.
There's no shot. No shot these dudes sprinted the fucking... It's been like, what, 30 minutes out?
Yeah, they sprinted across the entire island of Galadrim, got a whole war fleet. It's over for you kiddos.
Okay.
I knew it.
If that's about it, let's head to the Fancineer.
All right. So we're gonna cut from the Defiance, which is going over to the Fancineer, to our good friend Rudel. So Rudel, do you have your sheet adjusted for everything that you think may take water damage?
Yeah.
Cool. Then you dive off the ship into the shallow water surrounding the shore here. And, wait, are you sure this is everything you want to take underwater with you? How did you mark things that you want to
yeah.
take underwater with you?
What is it? I kept their weight.
Okay, so you're taking the bag of holding underwater, the gem of seeing underwater, the Gulthaya staff, the belt pouch, the thieves' tools, and the coral armor.
Wait, that's probably not a good idea because some stuff is also marked like they're in the bag of holding. So how do
Okay.
I mark?
Well, I would recommend just unequipping the stuff that you don't want to bring underwater with you.
How do I oh, right.
Just
So I
click
can
the thing to
I
the
can
left
do
of
that.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Are
I'll
you
take
taking
the
the bag of
bullets.
holding with you?
Yeah. Wait, is the bag of holding gonna
Leave it behind,
Oh
dog.
my god. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Okay. Cool. For those that don't know super how bags of holding work, would you like to elucidate why?
Because I'll open it and then it'll fill with water and disintegrate.
More than disintegrate, it'll explode and spew its contents, and I think you either take force damage or get pulled to another plane of existence. I don't remember what they do in 5e. It's
That's
one of
not
those
how
two,
it
though.
works.
Neither of
I'm pretty
those
sure
things.
that's exactly what it does, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it'll just fill up and it won't be able to take anymore.
I don't think that's the case.
Bags of holding only go to another plane of existence if it goes into another bag of holding. Extra dimensional space.
Pull up the Jeremy
Oh,
Crawford
no, it
tweet.
says if the bag is overloaded, pierced, or torn, it ruptures and destroyed. So if you overload it by opening it underwater, it will instantly break.
Just don't overload it. Yeah, but it's not gonna like suck you to the astral plane. if you just
Yeah,
let it
it'll
go.
suck all your items to the astral plane. I knew it was one or the other. I wasn't sure whether it was the astral plane one or the damage one, but it is. It takes all your shit and sends it to the astral plane.
Doesn't
How
it
much
just
does a
spit
crowbar
it out?
weigh?
Nope. I mean, it does spit it out, but it spits it out to the astral plane. I don't know. You removed all the weights from your sheets. You're gonna have to Google them to see how much they weigh. I don't know the weights of all adventuring supplies.
Fair enough, but the only thing additional I'm taking is the what is it? The crowbar and the hammer, and I guess the backpack.
So you're going crowbar, hammer. So everything equipped is what you're taking.
Yeah.
Okay. You dive underwater into the shallow waters off the coast of Galadrim. Because of the sort of natural geography here, there is tons of fish going through these shallow waters. Its coral is sort of built up around you, which sort of matches your armor, which you acquired from your Triton friend. And you begin to swim through the water. What's your breathing length? Is it just full water breathing?
Infinite, yeah, water breathing.
Cool. Then you swim to the Fansineer, and as you swim over, the water around the Fansineer is clouded, somewhat like reddish brown. And on the surface are floating several bodies because you guys killed a lot of people in the Fansineer before you sunk it. Basically everyone, like no dinghies made it off the ship. And you can see large holes punched through the front of the ship. Many bodies are floating on the surface. Some are like trapped to the deck. You see one body, half-elven man with a rope tied around his ankle, like he was trying to stay on the deck, and a cannonball-sized hole in his chest.
Holy shit.
Rip the bro.
The bro. Holy.
So there's a ship here with a broken mast and sunk, 10 feet to the bottom of the water here. Where do you go? What are you looking for?
Well, first I assume that... Am I the only one that's going to be jumping off, or are people going to try and, like...
You have long since gotten to the
hoist me?
Fansineer. Everyone else is not going to be here for a while. They're all doing the
okay.
Defiance.
Okay, so I think I'm just going to start diving down and getting to the thing that... What is it? People probably aren't going to help with.
Like
Which
what?
is the main ship. Like the main ship. Like diving down. I guess we'll start with that captain's quarters first.
Okay, great. You swim down to the deck. When you open up the captain's quarters, water was already fully inside, but it hadn't been able to like fully fill up the captain's quarters just because of the way it had been leaking in. So as you open it, you get sucked into the captain's quarters as water sort of pushes into you from behind. It is very dark in here. A little bit of light is getting through the windows, but it's coming out like a steep angle, so they're god rays into the captain's cabin, but you can't see much beyond that.
Doesn't he produce light?
Not yet. He can do that whenever he wants, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a chunk of wood and produce light on it.
Yeah, you grab
magical tinker it.
shattered, a cannonball did not directly strike this, but it hit it with like a glancing blow, so the ceiling is like somewhat broken inward, so you grab a splinter of wood there, you put it in your fist and magic tinker it, you sort of knock a little hammer against it, and the thing begins to glow. The entire chamber fills with light. And in here, you see signs. It looks a lot like your captain's cabin. It's a bit smaller, of course, because it's a caravel. It's basically just a single little room. There's no like papers or anything like that. There's a large desk on one side. There's like a meeting table, like the officer's mess, on the other side. It shows signs of like destruction, things being thrown around, but that seems to be mostly from the water rushing in rather than like cannonballs striking the cabin.
You're right. I guess first I'm gonna want to check. So there's no like obvious chest, like.
No. Well, there is, but
Okay.
you can see it's open and it contains clothes that are now like starting to float around the water. Or most of them are
okay.
just like flat on the ground, but some very, very light garments are floating around a little bit.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna first check to see. I'm gonna shine the light through the flooring. I guess I'll start by the desk first. I'll
Sure.
shine the light through and see if like it casts farther down to signify that it like there's a false bottom, or it goes like deeper.
So the idea is that you'd be able to see through the boards to see if there's a false bottom.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. You press your light up against the bottom, and the floor, you can see another hole through the boards.
Okay, I'll use what is it? I'm gonna use a crowbar to pry at it.
Yeah, make me just a raw strength check, because these things are pretty secure.
Ooh.
Yeah, you heave as hard as you can. There's a little crack, and the wood that you were pulling against chips off and breaks, but the wood boards do not part. You get the sense that these boards were not like, if it's a secret entrance, the boards would probably not be this like cemented together. This is probably just you're seeing the lower hold of the ship.
Okay. I mean, and if I peek through, will I? What is it? What is it? Like the crack I made? Will it?
You didn't make a crack. You just split off a section of wood. Like you basically like snapped rather than bend it out of the way, like just a little piece, the part that you were hinging on with the crowbar.
Well, I know. What I'm saying is, does it give me room to like put my eye, like see anywhere, like farther
No.
down, like any
No.
visuals?
No.
Okay. You said there was also a table.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll check like the area near the table again.
Yeah, there's 4 or
and see
5
if
chairs
there's-
around it. What specifically are you looking for?
More false bottom.
False bottom. Okay, cool. Make me an investigation check.
Investigation.
Yeah, I mean, you can still see the lower hold from here, but you try all these boards, and, you know, like, there's these intricacies of, like, maintaining a ship that you as a bosun would recognize. Like, you're going to try to make boards waterproof, especially ones leading to the lower hold, because if that ever starts to fill with water, you don't want the entire ship, like, flooding immediately. So you look for things like tar has been reapplied here, and you find it pretty thoroughly. You're pretty sure that there is no false bottom to this captain's cabin. It just leads to the lower hold, which is, you know, you can just go there. You don't need to, like, split boards to get into the lower hold of the ship.
Right. So no false bottom. Is there, what is it? I guess I'll come back to it later, because obviously they said they split the stuff. So I'll check the lower hold and see if I find any, like, unique items there.
Yeah, the lower hold is really small. It's a caravel, so it can hold about 30 tons, but its volume is very small. It can't hold, like, much of that space, so you'd have to get, like, raw iron to get anywhere near that 30-ton limit with the amount of volume here. So inside you find a bunch of barrels of different things like water and grog and rations. All of them are kaput. You would not want to put these in your body because these barrels are not waterproof. So you'd be dealing with, like, moldy, disgusting, like, hardtack. You'd be dealing with salt water, which is not drinkable, and then saltwater grog, which is even more undrinkable. There are 4 kegs of red wine, and you don't see bubbles rising from them, which makes you think maybe they're waterproof. You'd have to test that more thoroughly, though.
How would one normally go about it? Like checking for tar or something?
No, you would never put tar on, like, any food product. No, you just take the keg, you'd bring it back up to the surface, and you'd sip it. If it tastes salty, then that's kaput. Can't drink saltwater wine.
Okay, I'll try that.
How are you gonna bring a barrel to the surface?
Yeah. There's 4 kegs, and each of them weighs 18 pounds. So what's your carry weight?
Well, actually, since he's underwater, it should be lighter, because you're only really carrying the weight of the wood.
Yes.
Because the wine is, like, equal density.
Correct,
to the
but
water.
if he gets encumbered, then he's instantly just, like, not moving up or down. He's just...
Okay.
Because he's not
so
gaining
I've
buoyancy
9
from, like, a filled keg.
So 45, and I'm carrying 36.
So yeah, a single keg would make you encumbered.
Yeah.
How are you carrying 36 pounds already?
Well, let's check.
He has items in his inventory that weigh things.
Well, yes, I'm
So
asking
that's...
more specifically.
Well, he has core armor. These
Also,
tools,
a
crowbar.
-1 to strength.
Why are you?
all those
Why did you
things.
bring these things to dive? Oh God. Sorry, I'm dying.
Real,
Because
I get
maybe
it.
I'm gonna have to, like, unlock a lock or pry something open with a crowbar or smash something with a hammer or
All right,
put something
yep,
in a pouch
I,
or have a backpack. You know what I'm saying? So,
All of these,
Jeff,
all
feel
of
me?
these are excellent points. Perhaps, yeah. We can
But
just
yeah, I mean,
hold
you
off
don't
on
see
getting
bubbles
stuff
rising
from
from
the
it.
ship.
So they're either fully fucked or they're not fucked at all in terms of the kegs of wine.
okay. Is there anything else in the lower hold?
Nope. Well, I mean, technically there's some excess stuff. Like, there's a couple crossbow bolts. Those are fucked. They will never shoot straight ever. No shot. You could try really hard to dry them out, but at that point you could just make new crossbow bolts quicker. There is a light crossbow, also super fucked. A spear. You could probably salvage the head of the spear, but the shaft is incredibly warped. There's a longsword that's, I mean, it's not rusted yet. It's only been down here for like fucking 20 minutes. So if you very thoroughly clean it off, then that could probably be good. And there's 5 sets of chain shirts, though, again, any of those would encumber you, so you can't reach the surface with them. There's also 2 ballistas and all the ballista bolts, but again, those will never shoot straight. They are fucked.
Okay. And is this, like, the lowest hold there is?
Yep, there's only one deck. One little cargo hold, and then the top deck of the ship, captain's cabin, and that's it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go back to the captain's quarters then.
All right, you swim up to the deck. You can see the shadow of the Defiance that started traveling over here to the Fansineer. You can also see that this reddish-brown cloud that's spreading around the Fansineer and the 2 other ships that sunk are starting to attract not like slightly bigger fish. So the little minnows and the other like silverfish that travel along this area, those have started to move away, and you're starting to get like barracudas and some larger predators that are beginning to eat, the refuse of these 3 destroyed ships.
Okay.
And as a Galadrim native, you would know Galadrim does have sharks.
Fair.
This is the
Yeah.
first time we're gonna have a shark encounter in Valoros.
You've had one before in Bocane Part 1.
You do?
Elemental plane of water, baby.
Okay,
I
I'm just gonna
remember.
go into the captain's quarters and close the door then.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna keep investigating for like any sort of like, what is it? A place they might hide valuables.
Well, get a bit more specific with
So, I
So
mean,
you've
like
checked
what
for
we
a
did
false
on.
bottom. There's definitely no false bottom.
What did we do before we had the false bottom? Like, we hid them, like, stuffed them between the walls, right?
No, you put them in drawers. Literally just drawers, which is why you made the false bottom, because if anyone had searched the ship, you were fucked.
I thought we had a false
Right.
bottom on the chest, but not like the floor.
Oh, you also had one of those, yeah. The chest in here is definitely for clothes, though. Like, you can just look at the side, look at what's inside.
Right.
Definitely for clothes, not for gold or whatever.
Yeah, I guess I'll check the drawers, because I don't think I did that to the desk quite
Yeah,
yet.
you head over to the desk, you open up the drawers. There is some writing stuff in here. All of it's super fucked, omega, like ruined. The little what do you call it? Ink containers have like spilled the ink into the surrounding water. Like that whole drawer, when you open it up, it's like an ink bomb that opens up, and you just have to avoid getting fucking ink in your eyes. The other drawer you open up is filled with like ruined parchment. This captain must have been a bit of an intellectual. And then in the last drawer, you find a glass like bottle with like a rounded, like an Erlenmeyer flask, if you know what that is, like the rounded Jesse we gotta cook type meme. And
Yeah.
it has a bright red liquid
Jesus
with red
Christ.
flakes running through it. Do you not like that description of an Erlenmeyer flask, then?
No, I do not.
No. Well, technically in Breaking Bad, they referenced a volumetric flask and
Damn,
how they
it's
would
so
cook in a
Joker.
volumetric
To be fair,
flask, so-
I think in the clip where he says Jesse, let's cook, I think he's holding an Erlenmeyer flask, but I could be wrong. Anyways, there's one of those, and it has
Nope.
orange. Oh, I was thinking round bottom. Oh my god, I'm such a loser. I was thinking round bottom flask, not Erlenmeyer. Can you imagine? Anyways,
Oh, that's
there's
crazy.
orange
Erlenmeyer
liquid.
flask, from Breaking Bad, says MBA.
So it's orange liquid with red flakes floating in it.
Alright, I'll put that in my backpack.
Yeah, that one's fine because it's stoppered. So you can just add that. It weighs 0.025 pound. No, 0.25 pounds.
0.02.
Same thing.
No, it's 0.25.
Quarter of a pound.
Yeah, quarter of a pound.
A whole ass quarter of a
Okay.
pound.
Whole ass quarter of a pound.
I guess I'll also check the ceiling for like same thing like tar. See
Yeah.
if there's a false ceiling of any kind.
Yeah, roll an investigation check. Yeah, as you begin to check the ceiling, we're going to cut to the deck of the Defiance. There's seabirds flying in the air, Captain Svensson. The first things to a battlefield like this are going to be the seabirds because they know it'll attract fish. So they'll start diving into the water and eating the fish, which are eating the bodies. It's truly beautiful, honestly, to just see how the world reacts. And
The
you have
circle of
the
life.
circle of life. You've pulled the Defiance alongside the Fansineer. You can see that as the ship is pulling up, you can see the captain's cabin door closed, so Rudol's down there clearly. Do you want to send anyone to join him? A couple top men are taking off like everything except for basically their bearskin chest and like some trousers. That's all they'll be wearing, because they assume they're going to be sent under. But it's up to you if you want to do that.
Would it be productive to send them under if we have someone who can just water breathe?
Yes.
Yeah, he won't be able to bring anything up on his own. So basically their plan would be to hook the. You guys have that dinghy pulley
Yeah,
system.
the
Their plan would be to hook that
pulley.
to anything you want to bring up to the ship that's too heavy per person to carry, which is going to be most things.
Okay, I will hold them off until we. That's why I sent Rule down there to mostly just scout, not to
Yeah.
actually grab stuff. So
Cool,
I'll
cool.
hold them off until Rule comes back up.
Yeah, so you guys are just chilling on the top deck, and about half the crew is gathered on the up near the helm because they're looking towards that island where Crab and the guy are. And from this distance, you can really just see three silhouettes. And there's like clearly a circle on the sand, There's Crab standing with a book open and his cat on his shoulder. Andre's like 30 paces away looking the other direction, and the half-elf he took with him is starting to get smaller. His body's starting to contort very slowly over the course of like minutes, and the entire crew is watching on in awe and horror and curiosity.
Yeah, I will absolutely watch until something else drags my attention away.
All right, then we will cut back to Rudel in the ship. You check the top of the ceiling in this room, and you are relatively confident that this just leads up to the helm, like just to the where you'd expect it to.
Okay. False walls, boys?
Sure, yeah, investigation check. Yeah, you feel along the walls. You move the table to the side, or not the table, the desk to the side. You start to feel around the walls as well. And once again, you know, the board, like doing a false wall on a boat is really dangerous because, you know, water. So you have to be like very intentional about it, and you have to make sure that you're not just making something that's going to leak into your ship. It's also harder to do maintenance when you have a false wall. So you kind of know the signs to look for, and you do not find one.
Anyone else got any ideas on what I should look for?
Sounds like you searched it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
The compartment is probably somewhere. Has to be. Yeah, we can start tearing apart the ship, like at worst, like tearing chunks out.
God, that would take so long.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah.
Is there any way I can, what is it? Try and read. Is the parchment, like, I can't read anything
No,
on it anymore?
it's not written anything on it. It's just a stack of blank parchment that's water ruined.
Okay.
How
Was there
about in-
nothing, like, floating around that had, like, writing on it? Or was there a ledger, like a captain's ledger?
There is, but it is, when you open it up, it is so water damaged that it's illegible.
Okay.
How about in the bilge?
He means in the shit room.
Okay.
Oh, that more of just like where water tends to collect.
Yeah.
Is that where water collects?
Yes, in your ship
Are
it
there
is.
Are there any, like, bubbles coming out of, like, any spots in the room?
Oh, that's a good.
Roll a perception check. And what's your past perception, just so we know the floor for this?
14.
Okay. So roll perception. We'll see if you get higher than a 14. Yeah, so we got a 14. So you notice that the table is exuding bubbles. All four legs of the table have these really small streams of bubble rising up from them.
At what points?
At the bottom of the table legs.
Okay. I'd like to flip the table over.
Yeah, that is that takes a lot of effort. This table it's like solid wood, so it weighs like 150 pounds. It's not, and because it's underwater, it's actually a bit easier than it would be to do it, but man, it does take you a fat minute. You're like, you put yourself under it, you swim full strength. That doesn't really work, so you plant your feet against the floor and you just heave it, and everything's a bit slower, but eventually you flip the table over, and bubbles are continuing to rise in streams from the table legs, going upward, obviously.
Okay. Is there any, like, line points that signify, like, openings or, like,
Yeah, now that you
screws?
look at it, you can tell that, so you know how, like, table legs sometimes have, like, cushions on the bottom to make them slide easier?
Yeah.
This doesn't have, like, felt cushions. This just has thin little blocks of heavily lacquered wood, so it's almost like plastic in terms of, like, texture. It has those placed at the bottom of each table leg.
Okay. Does that mean I could, like, peel it off? Or...
Yes.
Okay, I'll peel it off.
Yeah, you get your crowbar just because it'll make it easier, and you just slam your crowbar in, snap one of them off, and there's another, like, sucking sensation as water gets pushed in, but this one isn't enough to, like, you know, do anything to you. But water does get sucked into an open cavity, and at the bottom of this cavity, sort of where the top of the table leg would be, because you flipped it over, you can see a couple of glittering coins. Now, this table leg is very small, like, very small. You could not even fit, like, 3 fingers inside, so you're gonna have to flip the table back over to get whatever's in there out.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna break all the table legs before
Yep.
I do that. and
All
then
4 of them have coins inside.
Yeah, I'll break all
Some
four
are
of them
more
and I'll-
filled than others, and one particular table, like the first one you broke open, you just saw a little bit of glittering at the bottom. Second one, about double the amount. Third one, pretty similar amount. Fourth one, literally to the tip of the table leg, to like right where you broke it off, it is filled with copper coins.
Nice. Better than no coins.
True.
Okay. and then I'll flip them back over.
Yeah, you flip it over, and as it doesn't, you don't get the satisfying noise of like coins falling out. It's just like dunk, 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 dunk as they start to like fall and hit the ground through the water. But what you do end up having is 3 table legs, all combined have about 150 coins. The last table leg had about 2,000. It was literally filled to the brim. And so there's this giant fucking pile of coins on one side of the table, and then the other 3 have like little baby piles underneath them.
Okay.
You hit the
What am I
jackpot,
adding
boys.
to my sheet?
I don't think you could add this much weight to your sheet.
Oh.
I know you can't actually. You could
Okay.
do some rough estimates of the amount of coins. There's like maybe 50 gold coins, maybe 50 electrum, maybe 50 silver, and then about 2,000 or more copper.
Okay. I'll start with the gold coins.
Sure, you can add 35 gold coins.
35.
I would recommend putting these in like a notepad document, not actually putting it on your sheet, because you may give this to the ship, in which case it's going to be hard to like know what was yours and what came from the ship.
Oh, I basically don't have anything.
Oh, perfect. You're broke. Awesome. So yeah, 35 gold, 75 electrum, 52 silver.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, you spent all your money on the crew.
62. Oh, okay. I do have some silver, so I'll just write that somewhere.
Yeah, at the start of the game, you like paid for Kaheen's library subscription, so that's crazy that you're broke.
Yeah. And then he hated me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says.
Yeah.
It's true.
I'm over here also being broke.
Personal coin.
Oh, I'm out of hexes.
No.
Silver,
I'll have
and
to start lower.
I'm putting the boat
18.
image back on the overlay. They don't need to see the line art.
Give us the hexes!
How much silver am I adding?
You are at 52 is how much is in there in the captain's cabin.
52. Okay, so that means
52.
I'm adding 58.
Cool. Okay.
Or I have 58 in total. My bad.
Okay.
And how much? Well,
Do you actually want to start counting these individually?
no. Well, you said 2,000 copper.
At least 2,000. I'll just tell you now. Don't do the math on this because you could figure it out almost instantly, but I don't think Ruda will be able to. It's at least 47 pounds of copper.
Okay.
Why are they dealing in copper? What the hell?
If I can't do an
That's probably what
intelligence
they
check, I'll
stole
just
from
head
people.
back.
It's not an intelligence thing. It's just you'd have to know the exact weight that it weighs, which is already very hard, and then you'd also have to.
Alright, I'll-
The
yeah,
math is
like,
easy.
I
It's just
mean,
knowing the exact weight.
Like Blake, do you know how much a quarter weighs exactly?
Yeah, 47.12 pounds. Like surely. Yeah. Anyways, you swim back up to the ship. Adrian, you have continued to watch this. Not much progress has been made. He's just been slowly shrinking. A scream did briefly reach the ship, but it's gone quiet since then. And then you hear a bursting sound, and then a bunch. You hear people moving, and a moment later, Rudel has been pulled up onto the ship. He's wearing his armor. He's like drenched with water, and he's back up on the deck.
all right, back to it. I'll usher the crew back to whatever.
Yeah, they all sigh and go back to what they're doing.
Yeah,
They were
back
watching
to it.
TV, bro.
I know. But Rule's here now. So
They love the Crab Channel.
The crab channel, holy.
Bro, we
Okay,
got
alright,
crab
Rudel,
premium.
All right, Rudel, what did you find?
I'll hand him the what is it? Just this and a potion.
Whatever you're handing me is getting added directly to the ship sheet, so you might as well just hand it to Jackson.
Okay, I'm just handing you the gold.
Yeah, you hand him the potion and you just start fucking emptying out your pockets.
Wait, just you hand me just the what?
I'm handing you the money.
Oh,
Money.
all of the money? Okay.
Yeah,
And how much is that?
that is
35 gold, 75 electrum, 52 silver, and yeah, that's it.
That's a few monies.
Good luck, Jackson.
Were there no copper down there?
There was about 40 pounds of it, but I feel like you
Adrian
can
has
understand.
Adrian has a 16 int. I feel like he could puzzle that out.
Yeah, 40 pounds. No. He's not gonna be able to figure out the exact amount, just like you weren't.
Yeah.
But if you tell him roughly 40 pounds, and he can do some math and be like, oh, at least 2,000 or more. But I mean,
Okay,
Philo Cord is
well,
already shirtless on the deck, so he says,
Yeah.
Well, Captain.
We'll send some of the boys down there to get it.
Nice.
The boys.
The boys.
More of the report.
Sounded like
There's
crab saying
also
it.
4 pounds of wine, which no bubbles were coming out, so it's possible that
Wait, 4
there
pounds or 4 kegs?
4 barrels, right, Alex?
Oh.
Barrels.
Yeah, you give your report as you will, man. I'm not going to correct you.
4 barrels of that, no bubbles, so it's either
All right, that's either a
completely
really
fucked.
good sign or a really bad sign.
Yeah. And I mean, everything else was made of wood, so the only salvageable piece was a long sword, which was not magical, and
Might as well.
I can't remember anything else that there was. Oh yeah, 8 chain shirts.
Oh, those are
Well,
probably
Captain, I
useful.
mean, it's hard to bring up things like chain shirts, but we could easily wrap the hook around those 4 barrels you said, bring them all up at once, you know, get a nice sailor's knot tied on it.
Yeah, that'd be good. If you were to pack all 8 of the shirts together, could you bring them up all at once?
We could try, actually,
Could you
I'll
bring
go
it
ask the
try-
quartermaster for an empty barrel. We could fill that empty you have to
that'd
fill.
be-
We
yeah,
could,
there-
but then put the
there-
chain
there's
shirts
full
in the
of-
barrel.
There's barrels
Okay.
down there. You could just shove it in
Well,
one down there.
there's
Any
barrels
empty
of,
barrels?
Like, water and
well, it's like waterlogged grog, so.
Ah, well, I suppose that could work then. Yeah, we could do it. It's
Those
probably
are-
going to take 30, 40 minutes, you know, having to go up for air and all that.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
that's
Captain.
fine. Yep.
We should make it fast. There's some sharks that are native to Galadrim.
Oh, all right. Get the Marines with muskets. They'll fucking shoot off any that come near.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The water's shallow enough that it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, here in particular, yeah, the non-injured Marines will walk over to the, the edge of the bow. Vezio, do you have a musket on you? Are you proficient with firearms?
I've got no ranged weapons.
Okay,
It's
then
me
you'll
and my
just be the
blade.
spotter for your men. you'll just point out and be like, shark. Okay.
I should probably bop them with my 15 feet range.
True, actually, if they get close to the ship, that's so true. For the deck of the ship, you can stab like halfway to the bottom with your fucking halberd.
Hey, Alex.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Can I do like an investigation check on the orange potion to see if I can find out what it is?
No.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Can I do an Arcana check to see what it is?
Arcana. No.
Did that get added to the ship, by the way?
What if I have a +8 to Arcana?
It's not about whether. The reason why I'm not even letting you make the check is because then you'll think that I can give you the answer. The answer is that there's shit tons of potions that are red. Fucking healing potions are red. There's like 30 million things that are red. And
fair enough.
unless if you had like an alchemist supplies kit, that's totally different. But I don't think anyone on the ship is proficient with
I
alchemy.
think.
I don't.
Oh,
Uh,
I am.
Yeah, because
Yo,
artificer,
alchemy gang. Yeah, sure. Make an alchemist check.
and you can also
with intelligence.
can't you also like magically create a tool that you need at that level?
Yeah, but that doesn't. Yeah,
doesn't
it's just the knowledge thing. It doesn't matter if you have the
Okay.
tool or not. Yeah, with a 15, you know a fair amount about potions, and you know that most potions are red. You don't know why that is. It just is the case. That's just what people have found. And this particular one is either a potion of fire breathing, or it is a potion of dragon's breath. Which sounds
sounds pretty
similar,
similar.
but one of those will kill you, and the other one just lets you breathe fire.
Really?
Yeah, so the potion of fire breath is just awesome. Like, you just get to breathe fire, you're immune to the effects, all fine. Dragon's breath is the same, but you are not immune to the effects of the fire. So you take the same amount of fire damage that you are dealing.
That's super
so it's
funny.
Does
gamble.
one smell different than the other?
That's the really bad thing about it. The only difference between the two of them is the enchantment on the potion, not the ingredients.
So why would anyone make the dragon's breath? Is it just like a failed attempt at the other one? Or?
There's a couple ways you can make it. One, a trap, literally just like a bait. Secondly, yes, failed attempts. Third, they're not a skilled enough artificer to even do like the enchantment they need. They can't enchant it with the fire protection, so you just made something that will kill the person who drinks it.
But see, it's worth it.
Yeah, but it's worth it because it makes that one person into a fucking, a dragon. Like, if they had a Marine on their ship when they were boarding you that had this potion on him, they could have just killed, like, your Marines in 2-3 turns because it does a decent amount of damage.
Yeah, you're just one guy for many.
Yeah. You just
And
have to
just
lie
like
down and
gotta-
tell them it's a
the
potion of
ship
fire breathing. Smile.
You got to crack a few eggs. to
No,
make an
right now
omelet.
it's on Rudol's sheet. Rudol's the one that's carrying it. So, yeah, that's where we're at,
Okay,
Rudol.
yeah. I mean, Rudel, I'll tell you to hand over everything you collected from down there. That's up to you. spent, like how much you actually hand over.
Well, he said the money. He didn't say anything else, so I think he just gave you the money.
Yeah, and then I'll be like, you find anything else down there?
No.
No.
That's pretty much it. It's just
Hold on, let me check if you I decided you lied about the other thing. Nope, I decided you didn't lie about it. Okie dokie.
Cool.
Yeah,
Do
I'll
any of
move
the
on
players
with
want to join the crew in getting all these kegs and barrels and stuff up? Take a little dipsy in the Galadrim crystal blue waters.
I
all
was
right.
wondering if I could be of assistance with shape water, if that can just like help me push water out of the way to make the boat land
that could
easier.
help
or...
a lot because they're trying to get one of these barrels emptied out so they can use it to ferry shit
Oh,
up and
yeah.
down.
Yeah, easy,
you
easy.
could get all that saltwater grog out of there. So yeah, you'll join them. Are you just giving up the disguise? Or are you doing like shirtless halfling?
I'll switch it to shirtless halfling.
Shirtless wet halfling. Very cool. Snort
I
dives
want to
into
give up the disguise soon, though.
Yeah. All right.
I'm just announcing that
Shirtless.
to the players.
Shirtless wet halfling dives into the water and swims with the other sailors. This is elongated by a lot because people have to breathe. And
Makes sense.
Rudol's able to just stay down there and help them like do stuff, but he doesn't have the same sailor's knots as them. He can help with a lot of stuff though, and the currency, the copper, can start getting transferred up. So what will be gained from this endeavor is you guys will add 2,356 copper to the Defiance.
2,356.
Yep.
That's what, 2 gold?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. But any little bit helps.
Also, in minor and smaller amounts means no more having to deal with money changers.
Real. You guys will also get 4 kegs of wine that did not burst. Their seals stayed strong, so they're just, free wine.
We get Gale to test them.
Yeah.
You also got 1 more barrel, so I'll add that. You got you also found some rotted fire moss in the lower hold, but that's like you would need to go to find someone who actually specializes in cleaning and drying fire moss to make that at all smokable. So I think it's just worthless.
Yep.
And
Find
last
someone who's,
thing last.
really jonesing.
Yeah. You can get 1/2 of a carpentry supplies use, which is worthless. So, but we'll just note that you can get,
So what if we get another half from
then you would have a full smile. So you have 6.5 basically.
So we should still note it though.
Yeah, it's been noted.
Oh.
Cool. During this time though, Rudel, you're staying on guard, and you do see a Galadrim reef shark. These are not they don't eat people though, never intentionally anyways. So you just stay near the center of the ship, and it will begin to eat the bodies floating around the ship. But it's not going to go after any living targets until it's since exhausted the dead ones, which will take quite a while because there were 17 people, I think, 17 people aboard this ship. So it's going to take it a while to, get through all that. And near the end of looting the Fansinir, you see that Crab and 2 cats and Andre get on a boat and begin to row back to the Defiance.
Oh, nice. They did it.
2 cats.
2 cats.
When I'm done shaping water, can I go find Crab?
Yeah, you swim back to the surface. You and all the other boys, Philo, Cord, you're all taking a siesta as the Defiance begins to putter over to the Dwerethiel. And Crab will pull himself back up onto the deck of the ship alongside Andre. Andre has a 1,000-yard stare, and Crab looks quite pleased with himself.
I will go and find Crab as well.
Hey, Nasir.
He looks down. Yes.
I see you got another cat.
I do.
So it worked?
There were some hiccups. I don't think this creature will live very long.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Did you learn anything?
He extends the black cat in your direction. It's just solid black. To be entirely honest, not really. The experimental procedures I had learned did not work very well.
How long has it got?
I would reckon perhaps a day or so. You don't have to worry about it scratching you, though. His human intelligence is gone. The creature is practically a vegetable.
Can I have it for that time?
If you would like. I'll need the body when you're done with it, though.
Oh, sure. Yeah, anytime.
Would you like to name the creature?
Yeah. I'm gonna name it.
Okay. This is a bit much even for me. I'll I'll walk away at this point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna name it Crackle.
All right then.
Huh, come here, Crackle.
Yeah, the
I'm gonna-
cat just does nothing.
Yeah. Is it like a vegetative state?
Yes.
Oh my god. All right, let's go. And I'm gonna go down to my hammock and just like sit in my bed with my new friend.
Yeah, it doesn't purr. It does breathe, but that's about it. And you can just
Okay,
pet
cool.
the furry little black cat. It's
Yeah.
very soft.
Yeah. And I'm gonna hold my stone with me and like also touching the cat and then take a nap.
I wonder
Truly
what
cursed.
Andre Cox saw.
More like what he heard. He couldn't bear himself to look on that horror. He
What
didn't want
does
to
he
peep the
know?
horror. Yeah, what does he know? So the Defiance heads over to the Dwetithiel, the second of the two ships. This one's 45 feet down. It's at a very steep angle because it was about to fall fully down to the lowest level, which is where the Dwagduthiel is. But it's like halfway on a shoal, so it's like tilted back. It'll probably eventually slide down to that lower thing and tear a bunch of coral up along with it. And you can see as you look down through the water column leading down to the Dwetithiel that there are tons of reef sharks eating the corpses that had begun to float up from the ship. This one had a lot of people on it, 25, and about half the bodies have already been eaten. So if you send people down, they will probably struggle with, sharks.
All right, I'll motion to the Marines to clear out the area. Can they
One of
clear
them
out
will,
this area, or the
yeah,
sharks
yeah.
too far?
One of them will shrug and say, "Our musket balls don't go that deep into the water, sir. Not with any accuracy, anyways."
Yeah, that makes sense.
Captain? Oh, sorry, I'm
Yep.
sleeping. Never mind. No, never mind.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
Yeah, I have a good idea, but I'm asleep.
Alex, how long do these sharks hang around for?
After all the bodies are gone, they'll probably remain for a couple of hours, probably well into the night until they get some sleep.
Yeah, can we drag a bunch of the bodies somewhere else?
Someone would have to go down and hook the bodies, which would put them in shark territory.
I have an
see.
idea.
We should
Okay.
just net them and get a bunch of food.
What if I cast invisibility on myself?
Yeah, wait, yeah, sorry, can we net the bodies?
You don't have any
Can
nets
we
on the
net
ship.
Bodies on the drag? Okay. fair
Make
enough.
nets out of rope.
Hold
You
on.
could
What
make
if
some
I-
nets.
I feel like that
What
would
if I
take a
cast
while.
invisibility on myself and swim past them?
Yeah, you can do that.
How long does that
Sharks
last?
operate on sniff.
Oh, also a good point. Yes, sharks actually operate on like
You could have just let him do it and try, man. It would have been fun.
yeah, sharks. Yeah, sorry. Like sharks do not actually.
I think Crab would volunteer here because he does have something for this. He will walk over to the captain's cabin and emerge back out holding a trident in his hand, and he will say, "When we were in the end of the world, I got a gift that I acquired from the corpse of our blue friend." And he, proudly displays the trident, holding it. A couple people look at him, and they're like, "Oh my god, it does look majestic. It's literally like a magical item of rarity from the elemental plane of water." And he says, "I have identified it since it can dominate the minds of up to 3 sharks.
I'll peer down through the water. How many sharks are down there?
More than that," but he will say,
Oh, okay.
"I propose we have them turn on themselves."
Oh. And what is the actual number of sharks down there, Alex?
12. Though they vary in size quite substantially. Some are like little, just little like baby boy sharks that are like, what is that, a foot or 2 long. There's only 4 reef sharks that could actually kill a man.
How
So
many,
you could get,
like-
you could get the big 3 to kill the other one and then kill each other.
Yep.
Basically.
How many times can you do that?
3 times
Per day, per week,
per
ever?
week. Well, technically it's 3 charges, and he gets 1d3 charges per week, but...
Hey, guys,
Yeah.
hear me out. I think I should use it because I'm gonna want to use it when it's a lot deeper down on the 3rd ship.
We can also use it then, though.
Use what?
Can?
No, it has limited charges.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
3 charges.
I think we just use it now, kill all the sharks in
As
the area. No more sharks will
As
come
in,
shortly.
one charge allows you to do 3
Well, no, 1 creature.
creatures, or... Okay.
Can the range go that far?
Yeah.
This is the
Like
flag
down
ship
70?
here, right?
No, I'm talking if I'm 75
I think
feet
it can
down.
go
Yeah,
even further
saying
than that.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Also, it's a staff, so you can just bring it with you. And yeah, it's 60 feet range, so yeah, it could easily hit any shark in the water column.
My question is, would
also
the
Crab's
reason
not
I
going to
want-
give you this trident.
He's asking if we should save it for the capital ship.
Sure,
rather
yeah.
than this.
Yeah.
Well, they are all the same ship, to be clear. They're all caravels, but I get your point. Flagship, yeah.
Well, yes.
I mean, it doesn't
care.
matter
He's
because we're
sharks.
literally not going to get to that ship because the same sharks will come for us. So I think we just kill the sharks and then there are no more sharks. It's Shrimple.
Aren't there?
I feel like
also
there's
sharks
more
on the other
sharks
ship, though?
on Galadriel.
There's no more sharks. No.
Ben, I'm going to. Oh, actually, can I do the measure art without?
Oh, sorry.
Away from the. You might be good. Oh.
Nah, I killed it.
Can we see any other? Can we see sharks around the dragon?
You'd have to be above it to look down into the water column and see their shadows. It's hard to see it from like laterally, angularly.
That should take us like what?
Laterally, angularly.
Angularly. You should have seen the hand gesture I did. Yeah, you could just hop over there. Yeah, I mean, you can go over there. You can barely see the Dragduthiel itself. There's some fucking image I saw once, and it's like, it's a percentage of light that can penetrate a certain number of feet to the water, and it starts to fall off real fucking quick. So, the Dragduthiel is mostly shadowy. Like, you can barely see the ship itself.
Optics.
But
sharks, though.
But sharks are easy because you just need to see their shadows, which is a lot easier than seeing, the details of a ship. And the answer is there are none of the little baby sharks because these bodies are deep enough that little baby sharks, they don't hunt in those depths. That's just not where they go. However, for the big boys, there are 2 sharks down there. There's 3 reef sharks in the upper levels, eating mostly the bodies that have floated up. Near the ship itself, you see 2 sharks. They are 9 feet long, and Rudel would recognize these. These have a couple different names. Most Galadites call them phoenix sharks, though that's just like, it's like a shorthand thing because phoenix in Galadriel means like king, so they're like king sharks would be the most accurate name. Yeah.
King shark is a shark.
King shark is a shark, yeah.
King shark is a shark.
Is that an actual type of shark, Alex?
A real shark, like in real life? No, there's not a king shark in real life. That would be funny, though.
He's in a comic book. It's called King.
Okay.
Luckily, they're not humanoid sharks.
Probably do this one first, then.
Crab,
can you dominate those 2 way down there to scare off the rest of them?
I can do my best. And he walks over to the edge of the ship. He draws all eyes.
All right, Rudel, get ready.
Him doing that fireball kind of reminded everyone on the crew that he's very terrifying. And then the whole animal thing. So his like cult of like, Jesus Christ, this guy's scary, has only grown. And he walks over the edge of the ship, plants the trident down, and they actually do get saves. It's not automatic. So Ben, I'd like you to roll a d20, and we'll go with Yarrow. I'd like you to roll a d20, and I will go figure out what they need to pass.
Nice. Well, that's a fail, surely.
I'll go figure it out. I know what the DC is. The DC is 15. So yeah, Yarrow's passed. Wait, what type of save is it? It's Dominate Monster, which... Dominate Monster 5e. So that, what type of save? It's a Wisdom save, so they get a just flat. So one of the sharks passes, the other one fails, and you watch as these 2 sharks in the lower depths begin to tear into each other. It is a violent duel, ultimately, which ends in one of them, bloody to all shit, leaving the hunting ground, because even though it was still alive, not a good spot for it to remain at much longer. And then, as there's 4 other reef sharks in the upper waters, and Crab will use another charge of Dominate Beast specifically on one of those guys in the upper levels. Ben, make me another d20.
Hold on. Sorry.
Sowie.
Okay.
Sowie. All right. You got a 6, so that is a fail. The last shark, it runs over full speed. It slams its head into another one of the sharks and then bites it, and then it swims away as quickly as possible, leading the other shark that it attacked away. And you watch over the next, 30 seconds as it does something similar to all 3 other sharks in the water column. It just like slams into them, bites them, and then swims away. And there is just this whole like clown car of 3 sharks chasing another shark away from the hunting ground. And Crab nods at Rudel.
Yeah, I'll jump in.
You'll want to be fast, and then splash.
Don't worry, man. It probably wasn't important.
And you begin to swim underwater. And the first 20 feet are familiar and bright, and then it starts to get darker. And as you get closer to the drag field, these bodies float past you. More so, not really float past you, is that you're swimming down and they're starting to go to the surface. And some of these have been bit by sharks. Some of these were not killed by cannonballs, though. Some of these were killed by, like, themselves or, like, their officer or something. They have, like, laceration marks on their necks or something. It looks like a couple people were, like, combat executed before the ship was fully sunk. And as you start to swim down... Yeah?
Isn't this the one that people got out of?
This is the only one that people made it out of. 4 dinghies were deployed, 2 dinghies were sunk, and 2 dinghies made it to your ship.
That's right, we did sink 2 dinghies, didn't we?
Yeah, so I guess out of there was people that didn't refuse to do the dinghy and then were executed.
Or that just they didn't have room, so they executed them.
Some people needed to be executed to fit everyone in the dinghy, I guess.
Guys, environmental storytelling isn't real. He just generated it.
No.
Yeah, no, it's just a random encounter table.
That's what all those D20s were for. Had nothing to do with the sharks.
You need us to roll a D100, actually.
True. You continue to swim down, Brutal, and slowly the ship comes more into view because you have that glowing, shard of wood in your hand, and it doesn't provide, it doesn't provide natural light. The light spell works where 30 feet are just automatically illuminated. There's no light lines, so it makes this really weird effect as you lower, almost like there's this ball of light traveling around you, and to all sides of you is just darkness, with the one exception of up, where you can see light shining down through the water. This ship got fucking obliterated. It was killed in basically one round by a volley of, I believe it was 4 cannons. And then the second round, you targeted it again, which just fucking knocked it out of existence. So this thing is pulverized. There's 8 separate cannonballs that hit this vessel. And it's not looking too good. And as you continue to swim lower and lower...
2 cannons.
You do have 2 cannons, but you shoot 4 times in a minute. So from each cannon, you shoot 4 times a minute. So you continue to swim downward, and the vessel has snapped. The lowest part of the water here, 75 feet under sea level, that's the deepest it goes here on the coast of Galadrim. It's rocky down here, and as the ship was falling, its keel hit a rocky portion, which snapped the ship open. So just from your perspective, you can kind of see into the hull of the ship on either side. It was filled with about 50 barrels, most of which are still, they don't look very properly sealed because you can see the openings into some of them, but they're not broken open. The ballistas are sort of scattered around the seafloor. You see a couple shiny things, but they're mostly covered by silt. A couple warped spears on the deck. And the captain's cabin is at, what would that be, a 50, 60 degree angle.
And then you get eaten by a shark.
What are those shiny things?
Yeah, you swim down to the water and you start to part, the silt that the chain shirts had fallen into. And, one by one, you can sort of reveal that there are 2 chain shirts that had been mostly covered up by the silt at the bottom here.
Okay. What are in the barrels?
You go over, and again, most of these are wide enough that there's partial openings in them. And you can find, seawater grog that's leaking out, basically. And then you can find a bunch of barrels filled with salted fish or hardtack, and all that's been inundated with water.
Okay. Any other like weapons floating about that might be useful?
Couple warped spears, couple fucked crossbow bolts, light crossbows that are so water soaked that it'd take a master carpenter to make them useful at all.
Okay.
Look for bubbles again.
Don't we have one of those again?
You do, and if you really want to, you could assign Shaiban to the next week trying to make these 4 light crossbows usable.
I see your point.
Because again, he'd just be remaking the crossbow. He'd be straightening it out, assigning new strings. It'd just be a new weapon.
I'll go to the captain's quarters.
You see us as crossbow.
All right. You swim over. The door here, the top right section, sort of where the helm, abuts the top of the door, a cannonball struck there, and it seems that after it hit, it hard deflected downward. So it makes this sort of it came in flat, hit the basically ceiling of the captain's quarters and then went downward when it deflected. So it kind of like blew up the top right corner of this door. Water shards of wood are like covered on the deck here that sort of sunk when they got wet. And you can open up the door, which is not locked. And the interior here looks like a bomb went off because when the thing deflected and it went down through the deck, it blew open a hole downwards into the lower hold and then through the bottom of the ship. Like this one cannonball probably would have been enough to sink the ship on its own. And the interior of the captain's cabin here is in utter disarray. Like you can't even imagine what it once would have looked like. Maybe that's a table, but now it's just like a bunch of splinters. And maybe that was once a desk, but now it's like completely like pushed up against the wall so hard that several timbers and things like that cracked from the force.
Okay.
You can also see pages like floating, not so much floating, but you can see like pages scattered all across this room that are soaked through with water, and the ink has like run off the sheet.
Okay. First check, no bubbles coming out of anywhere or any bubbles at all. Any corners of the room?
Yeah, there is bubbles coming from one of the boards. It's not one of the, like on one of the bottom boards of the deck. It's not one of the middle ones, which got sort of shattered open. But since that cannonball shattered open this bottom floor of the captain's cabin, you can see there's like a hollow through there. So they did make a false bottom of the captain's quarters.
Okay. I'll like just, what is it? I'll pry it open
Dude,
with a
everyone's
crowbar.
making false bottoms.
Yeah, of course they are.
I thought that we were like original for that. I know,
Oh.
but I thought that was like that was like in like a niche. I feel like it's gonna
Oh.
be way too easy for people to search that if everyone has one.
Yeah. Yeah, you swim over. You don't even really need to use a pry bar. This is a proper false bottom, so you can just lift it up. It'd be a pain in the ass if you had to like break boards every time you wanted to access your stuff. So you just find the right board, you pull on it, it lifts up, and inside you find 2 water-soaked and ruined flags, one of the Trade Federation and one of them as a Hathon merchant flag.
I'll put that
Where's
in
the
the backpack because I don't know what the captain wants me to do with them.
Sure.
And is there a false bottom to the false bottom?
You can just see like a bisected view, like, because again, a cannonball struck the bottom of the floor and blew it open, so you can just swim to that opening and look to the sideways, like from the bisected angle of the deck, and you can just see there's one false bottom, because you get like a full like view. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You get a cross section.
Yeah,
That's what we're
cross
doing
section.
with
That's the perfect. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, you get a cross section. You can see there's a small false bottom occupying like this whole thing, and it's like a couple inches tall, and you can spin around in a 360, and you can see that nothing else is contained within this area. It's just the flags.
Okay. And there's no other furniture in that room.
There's no bed. There's nothing like that. It almost seems like this was not really where the captain slept, because it only had a desk and a table, unlike your captain's quarters, which also has the captain's bed.
Okay. Is there a place that seemed like the captain slept?
Yeah, you can search this half of the ship like a bit. Roll me a perception check as you do so. And again, your past perception is 14, so if you get below that, it will just default to that. Yeah, with a 14, you just continue vibing. You search this half of the ship, and it doesn't seem like anywhere would be a proper place for the captain to sleep. You don't find hammocks either, which would be a pretty dead indicator that like somebody's sleeping here. So the whole back half of the ship seems dedicated to cargo, the captain's cabin, and a ballista.
Okay. What about the front half?
Yeah, you swim over to the front half, and as you do so, you begin to feel a rush of water from above you. So I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you feel a rush of water from above you, and you go to like dodge, but your underwater maneuverability isn't great. You try to like swim to the left, and you feel agonizing pain as a clamped jaw bites into your shoulder for 15 piercing damage, and after taking a hearty bite out, the creature begins to swim backwards, averting out into the darkness, and by the time you fully swim around, all you see is the tail withdrawing of a small sea serpent. Now, when I say small, I mean it's not big enough to kill a ship, but it is a large-sized creature, so it's about 15 feet long. And it just swims off into the darkness of the water.
Big enough to kill you.
Certainly.
Can I dash all the way to the ship with 120 feet of movement?
No, but you can start. Oh wait, no, you have the 40 feet of swimming speed, so yes, you can.
60.
So yeah, 60 feet. Yeah, you rocket up the surface. Probably not the wisest thing to do from 70 feet of depth, but who cares? You know, you'll worry about the side effects of that later. Yeah. But you just swim. Yeah.
Look, man, I'm at 6 HP.
Yeah, you'll worry about that later. And you swim full speed, bursting out of the water. Like you were swimming so fast that you get a bit of air. You're like a dolphin as you leap up and grab the rope netting and pull yourself to the surface. Blood is just oozing from your shoulder where the serpent's bite is, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, fuck.
From the bends.
bends are gonna get him.
All right. As you pull yourself up on the deck, you go unconscious. You don't take any damage, but you do go fully unconscious. So you're like holding onto the rope ladder, and just as you're about to pull yourself up, a lot of different symptoms start. There's a lot of things that happen related to this, but we're gonna sum it all up by just saying you go unconscious. And Crab will be the first one because he was just on the edge of the ship holding a trident. He'll fully pull your body up, and he'll look over at Captain Svensson. I think he found something down there.
Well, it looks like on top of whatever bit him there on the shoulder, he come up too fast. Did they call it the bends back then?
I have no idea. I don't know how much they were aware of it because I don't know how often they were diving that deep underwater. Actually, Dad, do you know if in like the 1500s was scuba diving a thing? No, yeah, because they didn't have the tools for it, right? Yeah.
I know that salvaging was a thing. I read an article about Venetian salvage operations in the 16th century.
Yeah, like diving bell thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think they had that term for it, but yeah. So he ascends up onto the deck, and Crab will just shrug and say, "Well, whatever the problem is, we should probably hand him off to the surgeon."
There wasn't even like a concept for it. Like, oh, you fuck ass came.
I just don't think they were able to go that deep without, in this case, magical enhancement. Like your normal sailors are not going to go down there. They would literally drown if they tried to like do the whole salvaging operation that deep in the water.
I see. Huh.
Then drown.
Never seen that before. Well, maybe the surgeon will know what to make of it. All right, then. Hand him off.
So, as Rudel gets placed on a stretcher and brought to the lower parts of the ship to have himself tended afterward.
All right, we'll go back to the 45-foot depth one.
Okay, you guys begin to head back over there.
Is that one shallow enough that conventional diving operations have been conducted at this depth?
It has been done. I think as you begin to travel over, well, actually, we'll get to that in a bit. We're going to cut to some other people. So Vezio, you don't have a ranged weapon. You kind of did your part when they boarded the ship. You killed a couple people. What are you doing as all this salvaging operations going on?
I don't know. What would I...
You don't have a duty here because you don't have a musket, so you can just kind of, if you want, you can be with your Marines, like pointing out fish for them to shoot. But again, most will be out of their range. You could just be talking to people. You could be fucking off. I don't know what Vezio wants to be doing.
Probably just stand in my Marines. I mean,
okay.
I don't think I really want to strike up conversation.
Fair enough.
With random people.
Shaiban, what about you?
Were the ship's repairs already finished?
I think around shortly after the 10-footer, after the 10-foot ship was the Fensenior, after that you largely finished your repairs. Obviously, you know, I think your gut instinct is that you should get at least 2 or 3 more days to do repairs before you try out the open ocean, because a single storm could kill you in your current state. But this is the most you can do today without like the ship stopping or using more carpentry supplies.
Yeah. At this point, then I am just going to probably sit at the prow of the ship and just, you know, continue my little decorated carving that I do.
Yeah.
My artistic carving, yeah. And, you know, just like observe, see what's going on, but, you know, stay mainly to myself.
All right. Unios, what are you doing? Obviously, you're cataloging all this cargo.
Yeah. Besides that, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, you're just busy. You're in the fucking... Yeah, you're in the bowels and you're cataloging. You're a cataloger. Snort. Does anything arouse you from your nap while this is going on?
Yeah, I'll wake up.
Cool. You sort of roll out of your...
Yeah.
Can Snort use control water to make an air pocket for himself?
Sounds like you'd have to come find me and ask.
Based, and he's unconscious.
Yeah.
You roll out of your hammock, and you hear like muffled talking from the other side of the door in the main cargo corridor.
Yeah, I grab my cat, just kind of hold it under my arm. I'm not very good at handling it. I kind of like mishandle this animal.
Yeah, probably the best animal for you because it can't, claw your eyes out.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna kind of like be holding it by the tail.
Jesus Christ!
Actually, no. I'll like have it in like a headlock.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Not in a mean way. Just I think that's how you hold these.
Yeah, you gotta hold them like that. Yeah, because that's how goblins hold baby goblins. So why not hold a cat like it?
In a headlock. So,
Wait, really?
so
Is that canonical, Alex?
For some goblin tribes, certainly.
yeah, that's how I would have been held if my mom hadn't died.
Yeah,
from that
100%. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's how your stepdad, Garokmok, that's how he held you.
Yeah, before I killed him.
Fucking Garokmok, man.
Dude, I hate Garokmok.
Your stepdad?
He doesn't know real snort.
Yeah, he doesn't know the real snort.
No. He was named that, but he doesn't know the real snort.
That's true.
Goblin names.
Yeah. Yeah, so you said I heard talking from the other side of the door?
Yeah, in the main, like you're in the hammock portion there in the main cargo area.
Alright, I'll open it. I'll walk in.
Yeah, the surgeon and his assistant Crab are standing over the body of Rudel, and he's like having these micro twitches convulsing atop a stretcher, atop several crates, and he's like shirtless. His armor's been taken off, and the surgeon just is looking at him like confused.
I'll be down. I'll be down there.
Okay, then Captain Svensson's also there looking at Rudel's body.
Ah, shit. What's this?
The
It's my
surgeon
boss.
shrugs.
What's going on with him, Doc?
It seems as if he's suffering from some sort of diver's sickness. I've never heard of anything like it, though. Perhaps it's hypothermia.
Diver's sickness.
You want me to shock him?
I don't think that would help. If you have any sort of magical healing, perhaps that could cure whatever his condition is. I know such
I
things
can
have
probably shock
happened.
him.
No.
Okay.
It's not hypothermia. I've seen that in the desert a few times. That.
Well, the most I can do is keep him in good conditions until he recovers from it naturally, unless we have any magical healing aboard.
Nah.
Diver's sickness.
Don't
Why
worry.
didn't he get that the first time he went down?
I couldn't say.
Are you sure that it's diver's sickness? It looks like something bit him.
There's also that injury, but
And it's like covered with gauze, and like there's a bunch of like bandages shoved into the open wound.
I think it'll be fine. I don't have the proper tools to do a full phlebotomical surgery, but it'll have to do until we get to port.
Alright, cool.
Oh,
Well, you guys need my help?
I'm sure the captain can tell you more about that. But Captain, I would like to say, next time we get to port, I was hoping I could purchase a proper phlebotomy kit. We have no leeches aboard this vessel.
Did Kaheen never approve that for you?
I asked her for several purchased items, and she declined all such requests. In fact, I asked the quartermaster's mate, and he would not even permit me to speak with the quartermaster.
How absurd of him. We will correct that immediately. Yes, of course.
All right, I'll bring it up next time we get to port.
Should have the proper tools for proper medicine.
Not even what happened.
He nods.
The book.
He nods.
Yeah, that is I've decided to make that a key part of Adrian's character.
He believes in
He
phlebotomy.
is now a wholehearted adherent to phlebotomy.
Based phlebotomy. All right. Yeah, you can ascend your way to the top of the deck, snort, and take in the beautiful side of things. It's the coast of Galadrim, nice and open ocean.
Yeah.
Not a lot of storms, but a lot of sharkies.
As I walk up with the captain, I'll say, "So, Captain, how's everything going?"
Well, I mean, obviously you saw Rudel has some sort of diver's sickness. I'm sure.
Yeah. He's a tough guy. I'm sure he'll be fine. Or he was possessed by a demon. One of the two.
True.
Well, he was also bit by a shark, so maybe it was something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He'll either make it or he won't.
Maybe Galadrim has venomous sharks.
50-50 chance.
50% he makes it. One half he doesn't.
We got a decent amount of supplies from the first ship.
Cool.
Or the first sunken one.
Cool.
If you have anything that could allow you to, dive 75 feet down.
Dive 75 feet. Dive 75.
Control water to form an air pocket around yourself.
Muck around down there, maybe.
you hear the disembodied spirit of Rudolf Stroheim.
Must not have been important.
It must have been the wind.
Alex, that idea is like too crazy for it to work, right?
Unless it's specifically included in the description of the spell, no shot. But we'll see. You choose an area, you manipulate it. Yeah, no shot.
Yeah. Okay.
Freeze the water.
Nah, I don't.
Oh,
I
wait,
don't think I can-
wait. The second part. It does say you can form the water into simple shapes and animate it at your direction.
Oh, so I can just keep an air bubble around my head?
Yeah, the first one definitely doesn't apply. Third one doesn't. Fourth one doesn't. But the second one kind of does apply. Now,
So
there's not enough
this is
air
a-
in
I
that
would
bubble
run out
for
of
one
air,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But it would help you breathe for. I'm not doing the math calculation on that, but a little bit longer than
Couple
normal.
minutes,
We'll
maybe?
put it. Yeah, we'll say longer than normal.
Okay. I can do a little bit of diving.
Longer than normal. Longer than
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
dude holding his breath.
Yeah, longer than that.
All right. Well,
I have never
Next
swam
best.
before.
Can you swim?
Surely. I'm a quick learner.
Okay, how's this?
I'm just getting the facts on the table, boss.
You guys have pulled
can-
yourself up to the deck now, and several people are looking at this conversation.
You can breathe down there for longer than normal, right?
Yeah.
All right. So once you've decided you have about a minute or so left, we'll tie a rope to you before you go down. You just
Okay.
tug on that rope, and we'll just pull you up to the surface. You get some more air. and
That sounds great.
you'll just- 'cause that way you're going down to the bottom anyway. You don't
Yeah.
actually-
What am I going for? You just want to send me down there?
You're going down
Am I
to the
looking?
ship to look for gold and valuables.
Gold.
Hidden compartments, more specifically.
Okay. Can I ask if I'm trying to get gold, do you have like a sack or something I can put it in? Because all I got, I
once-
just kind of.
Once you find it, we'll send you. You'll come back up, tell us where it is. We'll send you down there with a barrel. You can tie a rope to it. We'll
barrel?
Just heave the barrel up. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll just heave the barrel up. We did it with the last one.
Okay.
Wait, but after you pull the barrel up, how do you get Snort up?
I'll jump in the barrel.
Ah,
Like
there we
two.
go.
Oh wait, actually, yeah, he weighs like 40 pounds.
Yeah.
Fucking 3 people can pull him up. It's not
Yeah.
not like an issue.
Okay, and then Captain, one
Alex,
other
that
thing.
that will actually work.
Yeah, of course. He's like 10 pounds.
Alex. Sorry, Jesus Christ. Captain. Captain. One other thing. Did you notice anything different about me?
Notice anything different about him?
I turn so that my cat is kind of prominent.
Oh yeah, the cat he's holding in a headlock.
Oh, I don't think that's how one is supposed to hold cats.
Don't tell me how to be a mother.
Does the cat look like it's getting enough oxygen, Alex?
Hard to tell. It doesn't have any reaction.
I'll snap a few times in front of its face.
Doesn't react at all.
That's just how she is. Crab made her special.
I had a whole conversation with Crab about how long this cat would live, so
Yeah.
yes, that's your special little cat, I'm sure.
Can I trust you with her while I go underwater?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thanks, man.
I'm
I'm gonna switch from headlock to holding by the tail, and I'll pass it by the tail.
Yeah, you pass the tail.
I will grab it around its body.
You mean like a normal way of
Like the
holding a
normal
cat?
way.
Yeah, basically like a normal way of holding a cat.
Yeah, you support its legs and everything. Very cool.
Boring.
No, that's not quite. I just meant take my arms or take my hands and just grab it around its torso.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Basically, hold it as far away as I can from it.
Like you're gonna hike a football.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm about to punch.
You hold it like a sausage.
Yeah.
All right, you hold your brain dead cat.
All right. Let me find a crew member.
Yeah. Which one do you want?
Who's closest? Dude, do not pawn off my cat duty. It's important to me. I haven't even gone under yet. I like watch you immediately
You know
pawn
what?
this off.
Actually, yeah. I'll walk to my cabin and like deposit it on the desk.
Yeah, just like rolls out and splats.
Does it show any sign of fucking movement at
I mean, it's
all?
breathing.
Okay, it's probably not going anywhere. I'll leave it in the cabin.
Yeah. Like half the crew is just looking over the edge of the ship, and you can join them with Snort. And same as before, there are several sharks in this water column, and they've finished up with most of the bodies. There's still a couple they're taking bites out of, and they seem to be pretty territorial around these last two.
Hey, Kevin,
Yeah.
I have an addendum to the plan.
Okay.
You put me in a barrel, lower the barrel, I fill it with air, because that's how I'm doing my breathing. I fill this barrel with air. You just lower me in the barrel, and then I'll bring some of the air with me when I look around, pull that air back, pull on the cord, you tug up the barrel. I never got to figure out what this swimming business is.
How's the barrel gonna go down if it's full of air?
Oh, shit.
Well, like I said, you don't need to swim. All you need to... In fact, we want you to do the opposite. We want you to sink.
Okay.
Crab will
Time
speak
me
up and
then,
say,
time me
well, Captain, actually, if the barrel could be safer, I doubt sharks will view a barrel as a object of eating. They'll nudge it a couple times, but I doubt they'll bite it. So we could put 80 pounds or so of coinage, functionally our whole ship's storage, and tie it in a large bag to the bottom of the barrel to weigh it down. Or an anchor. That would also work.
Why don't we just do 80 pounds of ballast?
You mean barrels filled with water, or?
Alex, like, average ships have, like, ballast, right? Like, rocks in the hold just to weigh them down?
Nope. I mean, yeah, some ships have done that in certain periods. From what I read in this period, though, they almost always had enough cargo to the point where they didn't need ballast. So, like this ship doesn't have like random rocks in it to fill up volume because it has.
Okay, we probably have a bunch of random shit in the cargo hold at this point.
I mean,
What
you
about
can
just
just
all
look
that
at the
copper?
ship.
Yeah, that's
40 pounds of copper.
what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
I mean, you have
That's
also
the
have
whole
literally
story.
an anchor.
No,
You have
no.
a whole medium anchor.
We have a medium anchor at this
Yeah.
point. Yes, Jackson, I see you highlighting that.
Our slaves are our ballast.
Based,
They're currently missing half of
unironically.
them, so-
Based, but yeah, we'll weigh you down with a 24-pound anchor. That
Sounds
should
good.
probably do.
Cool.
As all this is going on, Rudel, in the lower hold, you wake up and your head is spinning. You feel like dizziness. You feel pain through your various bones and muscles. Also the pain of, having nearly died from a fucking sea serpent. And the surgeon is sort of hovering over you. You see that he's put on a surgical mask, which is like a white mask that, it doesn't look like a bird. It looks like a kind of like a boar. It has a sort of like pig nose to it. And he has several scalpels out. And when he sees your eyes open, he says, "Oh, Bosun, you're alive."
Was I dead?
No, you were just unconscious, so I was going to start rooting around. But it's good to see that you're awake.
Wait, what do you mean by rooting around?
Try to find the nature of the problem.
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
How do you feel?
Terrible.
Do you have any sort of magical healing? I've heard such spells can instantly cure even strange conditions I'm unaware of.
Yeah, I'll try cure wounds.
All right, heal yourself with cure wounds. Yeah, you feel the symptoms start to fade away as the cool relief of the cure wound spreads across your body. Your bite wound heals up mostly, not entirely, and the surgeon, pulls out, the wads of now blood-covered tissue and places them in, his little decontamination bag. And he gives a nod and says, "Well," and he takes off his surgical mask. "It seems like you're fine to return to duty."
What happened?
As you were climbing up the rope, your eyes sort of rolled into the back of your head, and you sort of mumbled something, and I don't know. All I know is that they called me up afterwards. I've never seen anything quite like it.
What the fuck? That could happen?
I've heard of something called diver's sickness, but I've never read or seen anything about it. If you can convince the quartermaster to give me a budget for some proper supplies, then I could probably learn more.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
I'm surprised Democritus didn't want to, write about it.
He's not a medical guy.
Didn't he want to write about, the findings of And what we ran into?
Yeah, there's nothing cool about a new disease. That's not what he writes about. He writes about epic battles and adventures and shit, not the fucking plague or diver sickness.
Fair enough. I guess I'm just weird.
Maybe. Do you ascend to the top deck?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see Snort being shoved in a barrel with an anchor tied to the bottom.
Yeah. Right as the barrel's about to get thrown down, I'll go, oh, hey, bot! And then, like, they throw me off.
Yeah, and then the barrel goes plummeting off the edge, and it splashes into the water, and it rapidly begins to sink. And Crab looks over and says, Bosun Stronheim, it's good to see you up and about.
Oh,
Good, Brutal, you survived.
I'll raise an eyebrow at Adrio, just be like, that's plan B?
He's the next best thing. I don't know what to tell you. You seem to have some weird diver's sickness.
What the captain's trying to say is that goblins are quite expendable.
Oh.
Yes, Crab. Halflings are quite expendable.
Yes, that's what I said.
Yes.
A couple people look at him with raised eyebrows. No one says he's wrong, though.
Is he wrong, though?
Yes, objectively, he is wrong.
Is he? Interesting.
Sorry, he isn't. I am.
Oh, there you go. So you begin to descend slowly, Snort, and
Yeah.
you can use your.
And I've got a barrel full of air.
Correct, and you can use your magic to keep water from flooding in. And you just sit here, and slowly water moves above you, and it's incredibly fascinating because you don't have a lid on this barrel. You didn't want to put one there because it'd be hard to get out and back in, so it's just you keeping the water from flooding in. And it's a crazy perspective because you see, the light of glistening water. You may be, I think you think of this in your head. Whether it's true or not, I think Snort would at least think of this. He may be the first boblin to ever go this deep underwater. He didn't know any boblins that could swim.
No.
So
I'm the first diving boblin.
Yeah,
because
the first
I'm one
diving
with the storm.
boblin. Exactly, you are one with the boblin, the storm boblin.
Yeah.
And you start to descend, and slowly,
Yeah. As
water
I'm going
appears
down, I
above you.
look at my rock. I wonder if this is going to be one that's going to talk to me.
Yeah, you start to
Not yet.
descend. Eventually, you see a shark swim above the top of your barrel. When you scream, it kind of like loops back around, and it like sort of rolls over, and the shark with its beady black eye, you almost feel like it's making eye contact with you, but it doesn't be like, oh, your food. It just seems confused, like what it's looking at.
Just a barrel.
Yeah, and something in the barrel, and also the water isn't going. It's just weird. It doesn't know. It doesn't know what it's looking at. It doesn't look like food though, so it continues to go about its journey. And as you continue to descend, you feel a bump as the barrel gets bumped by something, and it sort of moves. Like it's still on a rope, so it starts to travel to the left a little bit as the anchor continues to sink you down. And you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 reef sharks, all of which seem to be now centered around one body. And it's like you've seen creatures like this in the wild. This is how gnolls behave when they like have a body. The 7, like all the gnolls will position around it and like fight for dominance to see who can get it. And they never go to blows because that'd be a waste of effort and time. But they'll like growl. They'll pitch up a storm. Some people will go in for it and then retreat. And that's what these sharks do. And they're like circling around. One will go in to take a bite, and then some other ones will go and it'll sort of pull back. It's this dance to see who can get the most of the meat. And as you continue to descend, it starts to get calm. And it starts to get quiet. The only sounds you hear are the sounds of your barrel and your own breathing and the sound of the silence around you. And then the anchor touches down and the entire thing comes to a stop.
All right. I'm going to like move my air bubble a little bit upwards.
Yeah.
Which I think physics-wise would actually create like a vacuum at my feet, but that's no big deal later. I'll just spread out.
Also, these barrels aren't waterproof, so water would just flood in through the bottom with the power of the vacuum.
Okay, that makes more sense. All right, and then I will. I gotta like jump a couple times to get my hands up over to the top of the barrel so I can like hoist myself out. It takes me a few tries.
Yeah, it is a small size barrel.
Yeah, and I go, hey, and then I get up on top and I'm able to like get like my nipples up over it so that I can kind of like scramble my way out, and then I flop out on the other side.
Yeah, you flop out and Yeah, this would be the weirdest thing ever. You're in an air bubble at the bottom of the sea. You're underneath you is like a sandy, sort of like sticky, muddy texture because it's still wet. It's still sea floor, but it's now dry because you have an air bubble around you, and you're just looking around this like underwater, like desolate place. Like you're 45 feet down, so there is still coral down here, and there's fish like traveling around. And I think that as you're here, a fish will like swim and it starts to circle and it gets a little bit too close and it falls into your air bubble and it starts to like flop on the ground on the seafloor.
Sorry, bud. And I'm just gonna step on it.
Yeah, you squish the fish.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just how it goes. Yeah.
I fucking guess.
Okay, and then I'm gonna say to myself, all right, Snort, we gotta get gold.
Yeah, and before you is this ship. It's a bit like this. I'll show the viewers in a sec, but I'm just drawing it first. It's a bit like this, where it's like at a harsh angle because it fell off a shoal, like onto the lowest part of the ocean. So, how do you want to approach it?
Where would I put gold? Am I just on the upper deck?
You are currently on the ocean floor, like over. I'll use red because it'll be easy to see over here. That shark knocked you a bit off course.
Shit. All right. This one we shot this with cannons, right?
Many times, yeah.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna like walk up on the ocean floor and then like see if there's like a little hole that I can like a little snort-sized hole I can climb through.
Yeah, you walk over, and while you don't find one on the back of the ship, you do find a cannonball that seems to have done a weird deflection thing where it sort of like tore out the left-hand side of the ship. So if you grab the edge of the opening, if you don't mind getting a couple splinters, you could pull yourself up into the bottom hold of the ship.
I'll take a splinter.
All right, you take a splinter. No damage because it's a fucking splinter. And
Alex, also while I'm doing this, I want to be like taking like careful note of like how my breathing is doing because when I start to have a hard time breathing, I want to immediately go back to the barrel. I'm not drowning for this.
Makes sense. You start to walk around the lower hold, and again, it's a really weird thing because this place is soaked with water, but you walk through and it dries very temporarily, but everything's still wet. It's very weird. And you can start to walk around, and this is the Dwerethiel. Inside the Dwerethiel, in this lower hold, you find several barrels of rations and grog, and it's, funnily enough, when you walk to these grog barrels, because they were leaking out already, so when you walk up to them, they start to spread along the edge of your air bubble, kind of like
and then I just like I push them out of the air bubble again.
yeah. So like your air bubble is now surrounded by this like thin layer of grog that you're just sort of pushing through the water with you.
Oh wait, that's actually huge because alcohol is hydrophobic.
Yeah. So there's
Helps my bubble.
Yeah, there's this very thin layer of alcohol.
That's hype.
And in this hold, you find this one is a lot less destroyed than the other ones because it didn't like split open. Probably the 10-footer was the least destroyed, but this is pretty good. You find 7 days worth of rations, 9 days worth of grog for this ship. You find a couple of chain shirts, a longsword, a couple spears, a pike. You find this set of leather armor that is like inside of a chest all on its own. The chest was open though, so the leathers are pretty waterlogged, but they don't look particularly damaged, which is odd because leather and water don't mix very well. Like leather armor gets pretty fucked up.
That's like unnatural then?
Yes.
All right. Does leather float by any chance?
I don't think it does when it's wet.
Well, that means it wouldn't at all, Alex.
Then yeah, there you go. Good point.
All right, I will, and it's like normal person size, not snort size.
It is normal person sized, yeah.
Okay, then I'll make a mental note of it. Maybe grab it on the way back.
Okay. You find several ruined crossbows and crossbow bolts. A lot of hammocks. You find a spare dinghy down here, and that's everything in the lower hold.
Okay. I do like this trick of looking for bubbles. So when things are not in my bubble, do I see exterior bubbles?
Yeah. In this lower hold portion.
Yeah.
What's your past perception?
Mid, I think. 9. Horrible, actually.
Okay, roll perception check.
Okay.
Nah, you don't find any.
Okay, cool. Then I'll go to like the middle deck.
This one only has 2, top deck and lower deck.
Oh, really? That's it? Okay, is there like a captain's quarter, or that'd probably be in the upper deck?
Yes.
Okay, then I will go to the upper deck.
Yeah, upper deck you find, all the usual stuff, ropes, flag that's waterlogged and ruined, anchor, etc., etc. Ruined ballistas, ruined ballista bolts. You head into the captain's quarters. This one wasn't actually destroyed by any cannonballs, so it's also one of the most unique ones. Let me double check something real quick. Yeah, this one has rugs and stuff. Like, this was kind of like made a lot more homey than most other captain's cabins. Well, you've been in one, never mind. This is just a homey place, though. There are like rugs along the walls that are now ruined and like starting to.
I don't know, like what he did with the place.
The threads are starting to fall apart. There is like several pillows on the floor. Once again, these will be ruined pretty soon.
Yeah,
And then there is a large chest in the corner that has been bolted to the floor.
Oh, I want to go open it.
All right, it is locked. The greatest foe of the underwater boblin.
Locked chest.
Damn it. I like shake it.
It's bolted to the ground, so when you try to shake it and it does not move.
All right, I'm gonna kick it.
You kick it and it hurts your foot.
Okay, I'm gonna. Can I just try and like jam my knife in there?
To do what? Like pick lock it with
like
a knife?
lock pick it. Yeah.
Roll a dex check at disadvantage.
Okay. Wait, any chance I have
give us a
proficiencies on this?
Do you have proficiency in thieves' tools?
Absolutely not.
I feel like you're racial profiling yourself.
Yeah. All right, dex check at disadvantage.
6. So you do not pick lock it, and in fact, you do hear like a tiny little metallic breaking noise, and when you withdraw your dagger, the tip is gone.
Oh fuck, you broke.
I'm gonna ice knife the lock.
Oh yeah, do that. Put it in Chad. All right, roll damage.
In Chad.
An 11 is enough to hit a lock.
So it takes. Okay, yeah. The piercing doesn't actually help that much, but the cold sort of freezes the entire lock, and it looks incredibly brittle. You once saw a booyah of your tribe do this trick.
Cool, and then I'll just bash it with the back of my knife.
Yeah, the lock shatters into the little shards, and it's cool because when you
horrible
because you hit the lock, and little
it's my success noise.
little shards of like frozen iron go flying as you break this lock, and when they exit your air bubble and they enter the water, they instantly sink. But like when they're in your air bubble, they go flying a little bit because there's less resistance. And so the lock is broken.
Okay, I'm gonna open that chest.
All right, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, there was a glyph of warding on it.
Oof.
If it's a glyph of warding, he's fucked. I think that would one-shot him.
Well, it's something.
Yeah, you open it up and you hear a kunk, and that's it. Don't take any damage, but you do hear a kunk, and then you open up the crate fully and you find that there is a crossbow in there, but waterlogged crossbows can't shoot bolts. Like the strings don't function. So it would have shot you, but it couldn't because it was fucked with water damage. And inside of here, you find four bags, like 4 little coin purses. You find a sword, and you find 2 pistols and 40 bullets. Though, again, everything in here is wet, so...
Yeah, so I only care about the coins and the sword?
Cool.
Can I grab all of those things?
Yeah, so you open up each of the baggies, you get 12 gold. I don't know how you want to record this, but...
I just wasn't going to because I was just going to put it on the ship sheet.
Based. And then you get a longsword, which is for a medium-sized creature, so for you it'd be a 2-handed greatsword.
Okay, that is awesome. All right, then can I just take all that back to the barrel?
What is your carry capacity?
Well, that's a great question. I have a 7 strength.
Trips because it's the barrel.
He could do trips, but again, if he's encumbered, he's going to get back to the barrel slower, and if oxygen things become a problem, we'd want to address that. So that's what I'm asking.
All right, I will do it first. I'll just first take the money then.
Great. Weighs less than like a quarter pound.
Okay. Then, okay, how much does the sword weigh?
The sword weighs 3 pounds.
The thing is I have 7 strength, right?
Yeah, which is 35 feet.
35 and I'm currently only carrying 5 pounds.
Oh,
so
you can carry it all. Yeah, easy. Yeah.
Okay, and can I also get the armor then?
Yeah, you head down to the bottom hold, and when you touch the armor, it shrinks to boblin size.
Ooh. Oh, well, I'm still not
Holy
proficient.
shit.
I know. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So
it's
that's fine.
very funny. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. Then I'll take it all.
Great. Yeah, the leathers are 10 pounds, so all that's still under your 30-pound limit. You walk out the edge of the ship. You're feeling your breath become. It's not like you're. It just when every time you breathe, you have to breathe a little bit deeper. That's all that's really changed.
Okay.
Because a whole barrel of air for a little boblin is actually quite a bit. For a human, it's not as much, but for a little boblin boy, it's quite a bit. And you hop down the edge of the ship. You just sort of. Actually, wait, that's a terrible idea. So you just climb down, because if you hop, you'd actually just fall, because there's an air pocket, so because you don't have water resistance. So yeah, you gently climb down off the ship. And as you begin to walk back to the barrel, there's a whole school of fish swimming around the barrel. They just need to be interested by what it is.
Yeah.
Do you walk through and be an instrument of death? Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah,
You walk through and dozens of fish fall to the ocean floor.
Nah, I'm gonna stomp on them all.
Jesus! You snort and become death. Several more fish just following the tide of like this little circling body. They swim into the air pocket before the rest swim away.
On each one, I go for a step and I go on each one.
Stomping on
I
fish,
have
stomping
become
their
snored.
souls, stomping on fish.
The snort of a cruel god. Yeah.
Blake, can you make an Oppenheimer meme about this?
Oh, I was gonna make a different meme, but yeah,
His
sure.
that works too.
His Lafitte killed people. Yeah, you stomp on each of the heads of the minnows,
Yeah, like a
climb back
Tarantino
into the
movie.
barrel, and then you give it a tug. And slowly, you will begin to ascend. Once again, the barrel will be bombed by a shark, but they realize it's not food, so they fuck off. And you guys will watch as you see a little. It's so weird, look, because again, water fucks up like
While
optics.
I'm in the
and,
barrel, can I put on the armor?
Yes, you could. Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. So I'll tell you a bit about it. It is leather. And as you put it on, it perfectly fits you, whatever that is. Whether, if Snort likes it tight in the groin, it's going to be tight in the groin. If he likes it not like that, it won't be like that. Basically, it'll match whatever Snort thinks the perfect armor is. And as you put it on, you feel, how would I describe this in the most least mechanical way possible?
Cursed. Oh god, it's
You
cursed.
feel confident.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And mentally tough. Less frightened, I guess is the best way to describe that. And you begin to ascend, and there's this weird thing where, like, there's water between you and Snort, so you see him distorted, but the second he reaches the surface, that distortion disappears because he has, like, that air bubble moving with him. It's very odd looking. And then you guys pull Snort the rest of the way up onto the deck, and you see he has a little, normal longsword in his hand, several coin purses, like, things, and he's wearing leather armor that seems to fit him very nicely.
Hey!
Oh, Snort, I see you made it back with a bunch of stuff.
I got loot.
I see that.
I had a Snort moment.
What does that mean?
I was very successful.
Oh.
You notice
a couple-
You notice a couple of
notice
dead fish begin to float to the surface next to the ship.
Yeah, man, dead fish.
Yeah.
Fucking sailor.
I crush anything in my way.
Ah.
The captain's chest was booby trapped, but it was no match for Snort.
And when you say booby trapped, you mean like a crossbow or like a pistol was set up, so it just
Far scarier.
Ah, far scarier.
Yeah.
What was it?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, it was.
Crab nods and says, "No, no. If it was terrifying, we shouldn't push the poor halfling."
Yes, of course not. Anyway, Snort, where'd you get that armor?
It was in the boat, and I put it on. It's my size, so I thought I could have it.
Really?
We don't have
Yes.
anyone else on the ship who can fit in a halfling-sized armor.
Not since we iced that other guy.
Agreed. Might as well
That
give it to
other-
him.
Well, that other halfling wasn't wearing armor, right? What are the odds
Yeah, he
of
was.
there being...
Well, he
was.
was wearing armor, Captain.
He was?
He was wearing studded leather, yes. Still in the bottom hold right now.
Wait. You said you couldn't wear that. Why can you wear this?
I wanted to try it on. I like it. It fits good.
But
I didn't say I couldn't. I said I wouldn't.
why wouldn't you?
I didn't like all the studs. Made me feel like a weird guy.
You are a weird guy, Snort.
Ah, thanks.
lot of insight checks today, boys. You're really putting me through the fucking ringer.
Dude, hey, look, why would you think I'm lying? You're like, you are.
I
I'm
don't
Team
know
Blake.
why
You're like
you.
actually
I don't know why
lying.
you would be suspicious of this. It is just goblin-sized armor.
All right, I will give you one excellent reason.
Okay.
Racism.
Oh.
It's not a good reason.
Dude, are you really gonna make me roll this deception?
Yes, I will. Yeah, I am going to.
All right, Alex, do I get any can I at least get advantage because there's no reason he should be suspicious?
That's based.
Sure.
Okay.
Excellent.
Beyond just normal human prejudice.
Yes. An 18. Cool.
Yeah.
Based, man. Yeah. I'm a little suspicious, but fucking, whatever. You fucking. You
Crab will say, that armor and the sword look to be in good condition. I assume you have no use for the sword, though.
No, I don't want it. Too
All
big.
right. We should give it to the quartermaster.
And it was weird because all the other weapons were in like shit condition, but this was in good condition.
Just the sword?
Well, there were like bows and crap and stuff.
We could ask Rudo to identify it. The sword.
I talked to him about it. He says he doesn't have a gem.
Wait, why, fuck, dude, if you hadn't brought that up, everything would have been fine. But fuck, you had to bring up that it survived down there. Why'd you have to do that? Everything could have been so simple. Anyway, why did the leather survive?
It was in a chest. It got a little wet on the way up, but I put it in my air bubble.
Can you have him identify his armor too?
I can't identify anything. It'd have to be,
Yeah, have the core.
You can identify it. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Glad we're talking about it as my armor though.
and he'll gesture. Bosun Stronheim, can you identify things?
For now.
Got a pearl?
I do not have a pearl. We could probably go search for one, though.
It needs to be about yay big, and I'll hold up. How big does it have?
100 GP, $100,000 pearl.
Yeah, we're not finding one of those, boys.
Crab will shrug.
All right. I'm gonna.
It says
do this.
EP.
13.
It says a pearl with at least 100 EP.
Where does it say that?
My sheet.
Dude,
That's
feeling
before we
pretty
did the
weak.
magic item price adjustment. So it is 100.
That's true for components as well.
Yes, I decided that
Alright.
components should be giga expensive.
Alex, I have a question.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Would a sailor be familiar with how like objects are affected by being underwater for long periods of time?
No.
Okay, cool.
They'd be familiar
Alright,
with how
cool.
they're affected by sea spray, but not like, I don't know why you'd be aware of what it would be like when it's fully submerged.
Cool. All right, moving on.
Cool. The prisoners have been sorted out. You got that bosun that you need to like actually assign to something, but he's vaguely on the ship maybe. And it's getting later in the day.
That's right. Yes, we do. Okay, if it's getting later in the day, I'd say we can shut operations down, salvaging operations down.
Okay.
for the
I
day.
think Philo Cord will speak up and say, Captain, I think we should anchor over in that I guess you call it an atoll, guarded by the shelves.
A very wise plan. A very wise plan indeed.
Yes, sir.
All right. And then once we get good and settled in there, I'll call a crew meeting.
Sure thing.
All right.
More time.
Yeah, everyone will gather on the top deck. A lot of tired people, especially
That's fine.
the rowers.
This shouldn't take long. Everyone should be able to go to bed pretty
Yeah.
quickly. All right. We just have one quick matter to take care of. I'll call up the guy we got. What's his name?
You never asked.
Oh, your name, sir? I'll point at the new Ulceranian. That's right. He was Ulceranian, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll point at the new Ulceranian crew member. Your name, sir?
I am Aziz Abd Qa'a ibn Mashid.
Aziz, you said?
That is my first name, yes?
That's what I'm gonna go with. Alright, come up here, Aziz.
He walks to the top and he gets a lot of dirty stares.
All right, and then Shaibon, please come up here.
Yes, I assessed that he was a very qualified carpenter.
I consulted with Shaibon. Shaibon said
I can
that he
confirm
was
that in a ship setting that he is even more qualified than I am.
There you go. He will be a very qualified carpenter, and I believe a very useful addition to the crew. So I am calling for a vote to add him as an approved crew member with 1 share as part of our carpenters.
Philo will look around and... Well, if no one else will say it, I will. You got plenty of carpenters. You know, we're down several Marines. We should be shaving our ship shares for people we actually need. Your carpenters are always taking days off. I mean, you know, I've seen you repair the ship pretty well on your own.
We're still like short one. We're still 1 fewer carpenter than we started with, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna like look at him in the eyes and then like gesture to like our mast that is like still probably pretty fucked.
Yeah, sure, we'll have to take a couple more rest days. You're telling me you can't do that work on your own? Plus, how can we trust a man like this? One so easily willing to give up his comrades.
I will say, after interrogation, it was revealed they weren't his comrades to begin with. He was taken prisoner aboard this fleet, according to his own.
And where was he before? Let me guess, some Alceranian warship. For all we know, it could be a spy.
I'll let him speak for himself.
Aziz says, I was just a bosun on one of the gunpowder ships of Al-Habab. We were just merchants.
And, you know, while Philo is being very vocal, the majority of the crew seem fine with accepting this guy on. Philo is just, you know, he's like, you should take his opinion as the most conservative person on the ship in general. Not in like, you know, politics sense, but like he will always go for, I want to make the most money humanly possible. I will do whatever barbarous acts are required to do that. And in this case, getting another ship share added to the ship dilutes the amount of money he's going to make, and he doesn't see the value in it. So Philo Cord doesn't like it.
I will propose an alternative as well. We employ him as one of our debt workers for the duration of this voyage, and then at the completion of the voyage, we allow him to make his own choices with a stipend of sorts.
Andre Cox will raise his hand.
Andre?
I mean, I've had debt slaves on in skilled positions on ships before. It doesn't go well, you know? They don't do their work properly, not incentivized to. You know, it's one thing if you're just rowing an oar. It's kind of hard to fuck that up, and it's obvious when you are, but let's say he does a shoddy job repairing some boards. Water starts to seep in. You know, you don't want to put him anywhere in a job that's critical if he's going to be a slave.
Does anyone else?
Jesus, Benjamin.
What did I do?
You breathed very hard into the mic.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
I personally am not the most comfortable with treating one of my workers like a slave. I'd rather be paid him the compensation that he is worth.
All right.
I think, as, you know, there's sort of silence on the deck, the Shaibon, your carpenter, Opus Paulus, will sort of walk up to you and he'll sort of whisper. He doesn't want this to be public, but he just whispers to you. You know, you're paying me 2.5 gold a month if you promise him a fixed wage. I mean, sure, you'd be paying him less overall, but it wouldn't dilute other people's shares.
I'm gonna like nod and then whisper over to Adrian, or like I guess pull Adrian aside.
Sure, everyone was looking at Adrian, so now they're all looking at both of you.
Yeah, that's true. That is that. Yeah, I guess.
While they're having their little discussion, I'll walk up to the front to make a distraction.
Okay.
Adrian, may I talk to you privately for a moment?
We were in the middle of the debate, and it not just be said.
And we cut the snort.
Yep.
Or at least whispered here and
Snort, you have 10 seconds. What are you doing? Are you shitting on the deck again?
I would like to say that I think that this is
While
a lovely
Snort is
gentleman.
talking, I'm gonna just be whispering. If we give him a fixed wage, it's like the opposite that we get paid less, to get paid less overall, but it'll be the shares won't be diluted.
Oh, okay. I like that actually. Yes.
Alright.
And he reminds me of actually, and then I get shuffled off the
Yeah,
stage.
and then you get pushed to the side.
Another option has been alerted to me. We could pay him a fixed wage, as we are paying. Let me switch to the right thing
Office.
here. Like we are paying Office, to pay him a fixed wage. I think would be a good in between. We would not be diluting the ship shares of our signed on crew, but we would still be compensating him for the skill that he possesses.
No one says anything.
So I think we should hold a vote between a ship share and a fixed rate, as I see no reason why a skilled craftsman such as him should be forced into indentured servitude.
Yeah, no one speaks
Anyone
up.
have anything? Anyone have anything they want to say on this?
Yeah.
All right, so the two options in the vote are fixed rate or one share.
Mm-hmm.
All right, how do the players vote? I guess we'll start with Captain Svensson.
I will vote for a fixed rate.
Okay. Fixed rate, ship share. All right, you got one for fixed rate. Snort.
I vote share because I'm still not exactly sure how contracts work, but I know
Nice.
that giving gold now sucks.
Based. Unios, how do you
You're
vote?
gonna share, right? Right.
No, Snort chooses share because he wants to share.
Aww.
Okay, yeah, Snort is getting a share.
Unios. Fixed rate. All right. Rudolph.
What are the choices?
Fixed rate, so you pay this guy 2.5 gold a month, or you give him a ship share.
Yeah, I'm gonna say fixed rate.
Cool. Shaibon?
Yeah, I think fixed rate is fine.
Damn.
I like it.
Damn.
What?
Vezio. It's your own carpenter, bro.
We have two carpenters now. We already have one that's getting
the other
good
one
paid
was
fixed
literally gonna pass, and then Philo said one thing, and everyone spurred.
This guy's gonna be very happy when we end this voyage broke.
Yeah, true. So are you voting
Pay
fixed?
bribes.
Are you voting fixed rate?
Yeah, fixed rate.
All right.
I don't know what my
Then
shares
the
do.
forecast. I mean, basically everyone else is gonna vote. All of the top men will abstain because Philo Cord didn't want this guy to get paid anything. He wanted him to just be
No,
murdered.
bro,
So
dude.
there will
Yeah,
be no
that's-
votes from the top men. The forecastmen will approve a ship share because they never had a problem with it.
Yeah, whatever.
Afterguard will vote for fixed rate. I'm just tallying up the votes. All the carpenters will vote with Shaibon, so they'll vote for fixed rate as well. So that's 3 more votes for that. The Marines, Vezio voted fixed rate, so that'll be 7 votes for fixed rate. David Cook is a good guy. Him and his fiance will vote for ship shares. Almost does not care. Krakus doesn't get a vote.
Wait,
Erner,
his wife gets a share?
yeah.
Yeah,
What does she
why
do?
does
Cook's assistant.
Why is
Oh,
I'm-
right.
is the cook's assistant his fiance?
Yeah.
I was wondering as to why his fiance was here. That makes sense.
Oh, he's the one with a bitch.
Yes. Yep.
And obviously the oarsmen are going to vote for fixed rate because, they want fucking money.
Well, I
All right,
cannot
so
end
we
with
have
that.
Aziz, Abd, Amir, Ibn. I think it's something. Ibn, where is his name? Ibn. Oh, here, there's Ibn Mashid. And he will get 2.5 gold a month.
So yeah, I'll pull him aside after the vote happens,
Sure.
and I'll explain him a few things. So you'll be working as a carpenter, obviously under Shaibon, our master carpenter. Though apparently you have more skill than he does, so that's a dynamic you two will have to figure out. You'll be getting 2.5 gold a month. That's how much you'll be getting, but I do care vaguely about what you think of it. What do you?
I mean,
think of that?
obviously, I prefer to get paid a ship share, but
Okay, well, once this voyage is complete, due to the fact
Once this
you're
voyage
not-
is complete, I think we'll be parting ways. I will have given you a service, and I'll be returning to my homeland.
So be it. I believe we'll be completing the voyage in what's it called again, Alex? Begins with a T.
Tucson.
Tucson.
There it is. We'll be completing this specific voyage in Tucson. If you wish to stay on, so that we may return to Alcera at some point, you'll be welcome to. At that point, you'll most likely be the ship
Like I
carrier.
said, I think I'll find my own passage home.
So be it. All right,
Lastly, oh sorry.
no, that was
Okay.
that was-
Lastly, we do need to transfer the gold from the Dwedethiel to the Defiance because Ben just said he wanted it to be like he didn't want to
Oh, yeah.
track it on a sheet, which makes sense. So Jackson, add 12 gold,
12 gold,
22 electrum,
22 electrum,
12 silver,
12 silver,
and 51 copper.
bit of one.
These guys are kind of poor.
You did not find any gold on 2 of the ships.
Oh. Well, I guess we're kind of rich.
That's okay.
I don't know. Like, this just like we have way more gold than
You
any,
do,
than
yes.
all these ships combined.
You do. They are smaller ships, but also you didn't get any gold on the flagship or the Cade Van Thiel, so
Either we're rich or they're poor, or they're hiding their money.
yeah.
I'm willing to. What is it? Try
Round 2 on the
something
flagship.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, it is evening time, so that'll have to be a thing for tomorrow because the rains are coming and sleepy time is coming. So a light rain, a light common Galadrim rain begins pelting the deck.
Yeah,
of the
I go
ship.
back and I get my cat from the office.
Yeah, you grab your comatose limp cat. You have to make sure not.
Yeah.
As you begin to exit the office, Krabs is
Crackle.
sitting in his chair and he says, "Oh, don't hold him upwards.
What?
Well, it's raining outside, so don't hold him upwards. The water will go into his mouth, and he won't know how to... No.
Yeah, okay. And then I'll hold it by the tail, and I'll be like, good?
Sure.
Okay. Hey, Nasir? Is he the only one in here?
Yeah.
You know how, like, I have your secret rock?
I do.
So that means I can, like, trust you with secrets?
Yes.
Okay. So when I was underwater, this armor was not snort-sized, and then I touched it, and it became snort-sized.
It's magical, then.
Yeah, I gathered. I am a booyag. I don't know. It's not gonna like keep shrinking on me or something, right? It seems like because you shrink things. I thought you might know about shrinking things.
Most magical items that are not made in the modern age are capable of adjusting their size to their wearer. Weapons being the exception, of course, but most armors and boots, hats, things like that will naturally adjust. You probably just have a magical item older than a century or two.
Wow.
I'd recommend not telling the captain.
Yeah. And it's
Do you
just gonna be
notice
my
any
snort
changes?
armor. Yeah, something kind of felt fuzzy in my brain in like a good way.
As in, you think you're high?
No. Like I just felt like good about myself when I put it on.
Perhaps it is armor of self-esteem.
Maybe. Snort's armor of self-esteem. Cool.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks, man. Nothing from the stone yet, but I'll keep you in the loop, of course.
It's only been a couple of days, Snort.
Oh, I didn't know how long I had to wait. We didn't talk about it.
I waited 4 years.
Oh. Cool. Wait, so you talked to the storm?
For me, it wasn't the storm. It was the source of my power.
Okay. Cool.
And you make your way out into the rain. You pet the cat. You don't point it upwards because it will drown.
Yep.
And you vibe. As the day begins to wind down, Shaibon, what are you doing? You can't really carve on the top deck because it's raining.
Yeah. Where was Snort just now?
Snort is walking out. Actually, he's where you're normally sitting. He's like up near the front cannon, petting a limp, comatose cat.
I'll join him for a second.
Yeah.
Shaibon.
How
Thanks
do you
for all the
do?
help. I'm doing good. I like my new clothes.
Oh yeah, the new leather you got. How is it?
Yeah, it's nice. It's comfy.
I'm surprised that there is so much. I
Tight
don't
on
know.
the crotch.
I'm surprised there is much loot that fits you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you? How's your carpentry going?
Oh, I feel like I'm learning a lot. Yeah, I like putting nails in boards and all the stuff you've been showing me.
Yes. Have you ever wanted to learn how to? I guess not carpenter, but sculpt.
Sculpt. Like what Crab does?
No. like an awkward glance at like the cat that you're still holding.
Yeah.
No, nothing like that. And I'll like pull out like the progress I made on like some on my ship sculpt for a model figure.
Yeah.
The purpose of art.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll try that.
It's very different. How stable are your hands?
Oh. Crystal.
They're steady as a crystal.
Yeah.
Based. Holy shit.
It's hard to understand what that means, but I hope so for you.
You never seen a big crystal and been like, man, look at that stay.
Well, I've never. Biggest crystals I've seen are handheld, and often those are getting
Oh
carried
yeah,
around.
they got big ones underground.
You've seen them.
Yeah, I used to live there.
Oh, underground. I didn't. Oh. I didn't know that you were a spelunker.
Yeah.
Um,
Spelunk and snort.
Well, I could there's definitely time there for you to teach you this at a later time. I think it'd be nice to.
Well, I don't know. What are you doing tonight? I'm just hanging out with Crackle. So
I mean, we can do it without deck, but I'd rather not do it out here. It's raining.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that. That sounds fun.
As you go to stand up, Snort, a noise comes out of your cat. It hasn't made any noises before, and it goes like,
Oh my god.
and then
You hear that?
it stops breathing.
No! No!
Snort,
No! I like
planning
fall
to
to
do
my
it.
knees.
Yeah, rain comes down and lands on your head as you hold the corpse of Crackle.
No!
Shaibon is trying not to, gag at the fucking.
Yeah, the cat vomits a little bit of blood onto the deck.
No! Crackle, no!
And for the briefest moment, you think you hear a somewhat human voice.
Oh no! Oh my god!
One condition for teaching you the sculpting, I'd either fix that cat or get rid of it.
Crab says I have to give her back. So I'll
I'd
give her back.
appreciate that, yes.
Okay. Well, then I'll meet you below deck and we can sculpt.
Sorry about your loss.
All right. And then I'm gonna take go back to the cabin I just came from.
Yeah, you walk past the night watch that's starting to get on duty. Vezio's like giving them the evening breakdown, and you just sort of give a friendly wave, holding the corpse of the cat in your hand. And you walk into the captain's cabin. Democritus and Captain Svensson and the first mate are all sitting at the table, getting ready for evening dinner, which will be coming soon. And you just walk inside, holding a dead cat.
I like swing the door open and like with no regard to like what they might be talking about, I go, "Well, it croaked."
Democritus glances over.
I throw the cat up on the desk.
Yeah, it's like it lands on the desk next to Crab, and Crab picks it up and like holds open the mouth. Interesting. Did it say anything? I can see that its vocal cords were starting to recover.
Yeah, it said, "Kill me."
Now that is fascinating. I didn't think it'd be able to retain enough sentience to say that.
Yeah, spit a bunch of blood and shit right when I was getting attached.
Crab, are you saying that thing understood that he had been turned into
A malformed creation? It seems so. I mean, if he said kill me. Either way, this is just meat now. Would you like to give it to David?
That is exactly what I was doing.
Do not give it to David, please.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll if I have to.
Yes, I think so. I mean, I have no further use for it. Tell him not to use the head, though. Yeah. Captain, I assume you have no problem with this? It is functionally identical to Cat.
Wait, what would he use it for?
He's our cook.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not give the
Crab,
transmogrified human
Crab,
cat to the
you remember, fuck, what was his name?
Oh, the rat man. Yeah, these aren't rats. This is a perfectly healthy cat.
It's on the line. It's on the line.
All right, fine. If you're so disgusted by it, we can just toss it overboard.
Crab, might
But
I?
no, Crab, I'm genuinely impressed. You've truly outdone yourself with this one. I do not like that individual.
It's not a big deal. Do you want to eat it or not?
Not particularly.
All right,
I
then
don't
we'll
want
toss
to
it
eat it, but I
overboard.
would like to give it a proper burial. Let's see.
No.
What? Just me. It's like a personal thing.
No, that's a man that I did not like. Well, not a man.
Well, he's no, yes, he's a cat now.
Well, do you know what proper burials look like in my culture?
No, that's the wait. What do proper burials?
I was gonna throw it really high in the air over the deck, and then I was gonna zap it.
Yes, you are absolutely allowed to do that.
Cool.
Yeah, Crab will.
One stipulation is I have to be there for it.
Yeah, sure. Let's go. It'll be awesome. Fireworks.
Yeah, Crab will toss over the corpse of the cat to you, and throughout this whole conversation, Democritus looks horrified.
Yeah.
You guys were heroes.
At least you'll have something to write about.
True. Yeah, and you are now holding the cat corpse, Snort.
Yeah, and then I'm going to place it on like the edge of the deck, and then I'm gonna cast Gust to send it upwards. Then I'm gonna cast Lightning Lure to just like throw like a lightning whip around it that just like tightens and like splits its body.
So Vezio, you're setting up the night watch. You're talking to your men, explaining what to look out for that evening, and you see Snort walk past you with a dead cat. He walks back out of the captain's quarter. Captain Svensson's following him. They go to the front of the ship. He puts the cat down. It goes flying 20 feet in the air and then explodes.
Yeah. And then I go, well, we had a good run, and I like do the thing where you like pat your hands together after you like they're dirty, and I walk away.
What is your reaction to all this, Vezio?
I just start tapping at my coin purse. I've got 1 gold piece now, and I get paid enough for this.
You didn't even get paid that. Rudel gave it to you.
All right. Yeah, Snort descends back under deck. Svensson returns to his cabin. Makes his way to Shaibon.
I get
Did
paid
I see all
exactly
that? I don't think so. I think I made that.
No,
No,
yeah,
I-
you were
you were
downstairs.
below
Yeah, Unios is slaving away at the books. Yeah, Captain Svensson, you spend the evening. Crab will join in. Once the food arrives. Crab will be more than happy to talk about the fact that polymorph is like the soy version of what he's doing. That's just like a magical changing of this body, but what he's doing is a lot more permanent, which is scary.
Okay, all right. In response, I'll ask him. I heard about this very high level spell, True Polymorph, something like that, that could permanently change the body.
Yes.
Is that?
No, that's like it's just beginning to approach the type of magic. A better way to describe it would be that there's a 9th level spell of the 9th circle named Time Stop. It's untouchable by all but the most mighty of mages, and it freezes time for a moment. That spell is left over from an ancient school of magic. I don't know the details of it. I'm not much of an elven scholar. All I know is that that's a leftover spell from a school we no longer study. In that same way, True Polymorph is a leftover spell of a school that we once were very familiar with as a, arcane society. And other flesh sculpting abilities have been lost by and large. It's a real tragedy.
You're saying True Polymorph is a flesh sculpting ability?
Oh, certainly, yes. Polymorph technically is as well, but it's not what it was meant to be. From what my research, anyways, it seems as if even the most masterful of elven flesh sculptors can make whole new creatures from scratch. All they needed was flesh.
Who else is in the room with us?
You, Democritus, and your first mate.
All right, Georg will literally go along with basically anything I say. Mostly
Yes.
because I know Aaron will mostly.
Yes.
Go along with it.
Actually, Captain, if you want, I could give you a little bit of a preview. It's a spell that is a lot more common, and it's temporary, but it would do a minor amount of flesh sculpting on you.
What is it called?
Alt or self?
That's a. Isn't that a illusion?
No, it's transmutation.
Oh. Ooh.
Flesh sculpting was a sub-school of transmutation. That's why I'm a student of the school.
Oh. I'd rather not, but I am curious as to applications this has. So,
You're a pussy.
what do you need to continue with, to make actual advancements with experiments? What
I
can
just need to
provide
continue to
you?
work my way through the tome that my master provided me, and then one day I hope to find him himself. If he survived the shipwreck that led me to joining the crew of the Defiance, then I'm sure he'd have all the knowledge I wish for. He was personally sponsored by one of the Priest Kings, so he was able to acquire everything a researcher could desire.
I see. But is there anything I can provide you to advance you in your studies? No, not.
I already do barely any work as an assistant surgeon, so my time is largely freed up to pursue research. The only times I'm distracted are when, I need to make some more crispy borders.
I more of mean, if you need any test material.
Oh, not at the moment. I was looking for one because I had not yet tested the new procedures, but they did not produce good results. It made it unstable and die quickly. I think I either may have made a mistake or I'm translating the text incorrectly.
I see. Well, let me know if there's anything I can do to help you.
Democritus is
Advance,
furiously
please.
scribbling things down.
I am somewhat interested as to see where your research goes. It's a lot more interested than I was before.
Well, then I can give you the briefest of examples, and he'll hold out his arm, sort of like, at shoulder height, and he will use a spell slot, because he almost never casts spells, so might as well. And his entire arm translates into a, 5-foot long spike with several claws that stretch out at the end.
Oh, and this can make you more effective in combat.
Well, not me, but other people who are, those sorts of people, yes. I'm still useless on the front line. But, and then he'll shrink his arm back to normal, and the spell ends. Those sorts of things.
Is this, what do they call it? You have to concentrate specifically on this.
Yes.
Oh.
What I did to Ahira, and he pets his, fluffy white cat, and the other one, I don't remember, Crackle is what Snort called it. That was a more permanent ritual, but it took, it's an hour, and it requires several material components and the proper uttering of incantations.
Oh, I see. And, are there any material components you may require?
I already have them.
Okay, alright. Well, again, is there anything I can...
If the crew would like to make a blood donation, I've been acquiring that component from myself at small quantities, but if the crew would be willing to offer up theirs, I'd appreciate it.
That's maybe a bit much.
Just a vial.
Sailors are very superstitious. That may be...
All
I'm
right.
not going to ask them for that. How's that? I'm not going to ask them for that.
You guys enjoy the dinner. There's some red wine thrown in there since you guys got so much of it. So, Unios, remove a ration, a grog, a red wine, and a spice.
Oh, and I am a cat.
Unios and Riddle, is there anything you guys want to be doing this evening?
You go first.
I mean, has Crab ever asked Rudel for blood?
Nope.
Alright. Well, he wasn't in the room, so I don't think he would know.
I would agree with that assessment.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
Oh, right. I'm gonna go find Unios.
Sure, yeah, you can find him crunching away at the last of the numbers, calculating the new amount of gold on the ship, and wages to be paid out in a couple days because you're near the end of the month. Just in his little accounting corner.
Yeah. Got a request from the surgeon. You got a minute?
Oh, FF, yes. What do you need?
He's requesting a what is that thing called? The box of leeches that he keeps asking for.
A box of leeches. I haven't heard this before.
What is it called? It's some long word.
I doubt I would know it. Anyways, we don't have any of
Hold
those
on.
on the ship, so
Hold on. Let me go find him real quick, and I'll walk away.
Yeah.
Find the surgeon.
Yeah, he's sleeping.
Ooh. Ooh.
Wake him up, coward.
Based.
He is mumbling in his sleep.
I'm gonna try and do an intelligence check to see if I can remember.
Sure.
Can it be a history check?
No.
Fair enough.
History of my own life.
Phlebotomy.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to Unios. It was a
back.
phlebotomy kit.
phlebotomy, yeah. Seems like a well enough practice, better than whatever it is to do on this island.
Apparently, it'll help medically.
Dude, I love everybody being phlebotomy pilled. That's just so cool.
I mean, like, yeah, that's just the way they did it. So.
Well, in Eastern Valorous, that's how they do it. Yeah.
Phlebotomy.
Phlebotomy.
Yes,
Cool.
yes, they
Cool,
see it
cool,
as a
cool.
barbaric practice.
And then,
Yeah.
are the top men asleep yet?
I'm gonna say something to Rudel before he leaves.
Oh yeah, what is it?
I'm gonna say, I heard you fainted on your way back up from the water, yeah?
Yes, yeah, I guess so.
Did you find anything interesting down there?
Nope, I was bitten by a sea serpent before I ran the fuck away from that thing. It was 15
Sweet.
feet long, on the smaller side.
Okay. Rudel.
Yeah, what's that?
Being on the island of your homeland, seeing everyone, hearing all the news of people worshipping high demons, it has reminded me that that's probably what you're naturally inclined for. So the fact that you have restricted yourself to a hag is commendable.
Yo! Oh my god, dude.
True.
Holy base.
Dude. That's like so racist, but doing it for like accepting. Like,
Dude, that is astounding.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say to that. It's just
Yeah.
like,
Well, no, yeah, he's just telling you that all your people are thugs, but you're one of the good ones.
that is crazy.
If only he knew the truth.
Crazy
It's like
union
starting a
response.
sentence with, out of all the black people I know.
Yeah, literally. So
Jackson
Rudel,
was cooking that one.
do you just walk off unsure of what to say?
Yeah, I guess so. Just like,
Okay. You asked if the top men were up. The answer is yes. They're enjoying the extra wine and mead provided for dinner in the
Whoa.
back quarter of the ship. Pause, champ.
Whoa-wee. Your syllables cut out a lot for me, but
You want a little robo, but you're back.
Okay.
You're back.
Uh, Blake,
yeah, what's up?
you said you wanted to talk to the top men, and they're awake in the back half of the lower deck. They're just enjoying dinner.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a top man. Yeah, I like top man.
Yeah, I'll just
Someone missing away, top
walk in
man.
real quick.
Yeah, you walk
that
in.
was bad, Xander. That was
Uh,
bad. I caught that.
Thank you.
Sorry for interrupting, boys, but I'm doing
Philo will
my
glance up.
roundly bosun check-ins, seeing if there's any requests on the crew's part.
Well, we got 300 men who can barely stand, so I'd ask the doc fix them up.
All right. Anything else for purchasing when we get a chance next? Any quality of lives you need fixing?
One of the younger men, one who's like fully laid out on his back with a couple bandages across his chest, starts to say something, and Philo shakes his head.
No, we're not gonna ask the bosun for fucking opium. Good God, Oleg.
Does he need some healing?
If you're volunteering, surgeon said he'd get to him in a couple of days.
I'll cure wounds him.
Cool. How much does he heal for?
Let's see.
Probably enough.
Yeah, he is healthy now. He, pulls back the bandages and, he says, "Oh, thank you, sir."
Anything else?
I mean, I'd still be partial to some opium if you're so understanding.
For purchasing, kid.
Well, yeah, and Philo just shoots him a dirty look and sits back down and says, "No, we're just fine."
Good to know. Enjoy your dinner.
I would, before I go to bed, I would like to call Philo forward into my,
Sure. Yeah, Democritus has left your cabin. Crab has left. No, yeah. So it's literally just you. And Georg is left to go get some sleepy time or join the night watch. And Philo will, knock at the door.
But
He walks in. He's wearing like a vest, so his chest is exposed, basically in his same swimming gear, because he's expecting to do more of that tomorrow. And he's not wearing shoes either, and he just sort of plops down on one of the chairs.
Yeah.
Philo, I think you've been doing an excellent job in leading the position you have been. You've gone above and beyond in almost every scenario you possibly could have. And so probably tomorrow, once the day is over, I am probably going to hold a crew vote to approve you for 1.5 shares, the same as all of us.
Nah, no need, sir.
I believe that.
I'd speak out against it. It's not right.
Why?
Well, to be entirely honest, if this ship was run my way, everyone would get one share.
Curious why. I'm genuinely curious as to why.
Well, the oarsmen seem to work harder than you or me, and they get nothing, and the ones that do only get one. I mean, I know we have to, because if we don't pay people enough, the skilled folks, the shy bonds and the Rudels of the world, then they won't come and join us. But if this were a fair world, one in which a man's labor accounted for things, we'd all be getting one. Hell, the horsemen would probably be getting 2. So, I certainly wouldn't want to be getting paid more than them, nor any of my topmen either.
Based communist.
Alright, well,
Well, he still believes in money.
He is
I
very
do-
capitalist.
I do want to acknowledge your exceptional work in some way. How would
More of
you
a union
suggest
guy
we
if you
go
think
about
about it.
Well, if you want to be like one of those, naval captains, you could give me some piece of silver to stick to my chest, but, I mean, we both know I'd never wear it.
Yeah, you don't care about that.
You could tell that surgeon that top men get priority for healing before any of those little fucking woodworking who's-its.
Is that how you want me to command?
If that's an
your-
option, I'd absolutely take that. I'd prefer for more of my men to survive. It's not as if it can't get new carpenters. I mean, it seems like every port we go to, there's some schmuck lurking to do that. But finding proper sailors, the types of men who have been on boats for decades, like me or Harpax or Arnold, those are pretty rare.
Is that the only thing I can do?
I think so.
There's a bit of a game here to be played, Philo. I
Yeah.
want to reward exceptional talent. And exceptional
Look, if
behavior.
you want me to be loyal to you, if that's what this is all about, just earn the ship a couple thousand gold, make sure I get paid out, 50 or 60 gold at the end of this, and I'll be bright and chipper, and I'll tell you you're the best captain ever, and, we can call it there. You don't need to be buttering me up specifically. Just make sure
I'm
we
not
make our
gonna
goal.
bullshit you, Philo. That's not exactly what it's about. That's part of what it's about. I want you specifically to go above and beyond, as you always have been. But it's more of I want to incentivize everyone else to go, not just you.
I mean, we
This
got
is-
punishments for a reason, right? If you think someone's not doing their fair share of things, just, order them to be flogged or something. Men can put up
Sure,
with
but
quite a
that's-
bit if they know they're going to make a fortune at the end of this. That's your only job here. Make sure we make a killing.
That's exactly what it is, though. if I want everyone to do their fair share, I catch someone not doing their fair share, I flog them. Right? It's pretty easy.
Sure.
But I'm also trying to reward exceptional behavior. The more exceptional behavior we have, the better the ship will operate, so on and so forth.
Look, I mean,
You
before I
have
was a
been-
sailor, I used to work in a sail-making factory in the city-state, and these managers would always say things like synergy and workflow and above the call of duty. The simple fact is, we got a simple job. I raise sails and I lower sails. That's the core of my task. If you think anyone on the ship isn't doing their part, let me know. Me and my men will sort them out. But if you want them to be doing some above the call of duty stuff that's not in their job description, change their job description and it'll be taken care of. I don't know what you're asking me to do, but the simple fact is, I want you to make 3,000 gold or more on this voyage. You don't want a mutiny against you. We agree on that point. Just make sure we make money and everything's square.
The issue.
Sometimes Philo being simple is, well, simple. Sometimes it just makes it a lot more complicated. But I see where you're coming from.
Look, man, I just want to make gold. It's that simple. So,
That's it, then that's it. Why don't we just bump you up to 1.5 shares?
because it's not, like... Listen. If we move me to 1.5 shares, during a voyage, why do we even sign the contract in the beginning? You know, the way it's currently established, if you're going to start bumping up shares. Plus, every coin that I get is a coin my men don't get. That's how you engender distrust. I have the biggest cohort of men on this entire ship. There's a reason why they trust me. It's because they know I care about their interests and I'll prioritize them above anyone else. That's what every, officer in my class is supposed to do. So I'm not going to take more than them. If you want to raise all the top men to 1.5, well, that's a conversation we can have. And I'd be willing to argue that until, my throat goes blue and I could barely speak anymore. But if it's just going to be me and not the rest of my men, I've no interest.
Yo, Ethan, not gonna lie, I think this is a shit idea.
The silence into the just it was so funny.
Let's put Philo on this one.
Not trying to be a dick about it, but Philo's like spitting way more facts than you are.
I'm doing some math here. Hold on.
To be clear,
Dude, you're gonna piss off like every other crew member so hard.
well, they'll just vote no. Like, it's just that simple. He won't piss them off. They'll just vote no.
And then, and then there'll be a message that maybe Philo.
Like, you basically have two groups of people on the ship who only care if they make more money. That being the oarsmen and the top men. And if either of them, you'd have to increase all of them to 1.5. And I guess at that point, they would approve it because that'd be the majority of the ship. But also, holy shit, everyone would hate you.
Well, that's also just like inflation. Like it would be the
kind
same
of.
shares at the end
Well,
of the
no,
day.
you'd just be stealing money from the forecastlemen. After anyone that's still at one share, you'd just be taking money out of their pocket and giving it to those two.
Yeah, but like I mean, yeah, not perfectly equal inflation, but like that extra half share wouldn't be worth nearly.
It's
as
true,
much
yeah, because it's fractional, yeah.
Yeah.
So I did the math here, right? If we make a profit, if we do the profit good level, and I increase. If I take Philo Cord's 1.5, like 0.5 additional share, and distribute it amongst all of the top men.
Yeah, it's just 25 divided by 9.
Assuming we make the profit good, each of them are getting like 1.6 grand more.
Yeah,
which is that's a decent fucking amount.
it is,
of money.
but also he doesn't want to split up his own share that many ways. He just wants the shares to be equal or not at all. He doesn't want to fuck with it. He's not fucking business brain. He just wants more money or no money if it's not going to be for everyone. It's pretty simple. You may not agree with it, but his demands are pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Just buy him a gift at port or something.
Base, there you go. Triple.
All right.
Yeah, he'll stand up and say,
I want to reward this behavior, but if you won't acquiesce to any of the other demands,
when the bro will acquiesce,
I will push the surgeon to prioritize the top men for future combat.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Captain.
I will ensure that Gideon and Ond are looked after first in
Thank you very much, sir.
the upcoming rest. Of course. Please keep up the good work.
Yeah, he'll raise a red wine glass that he put some spices in that he yoinked from the kitchen. You know, it's basically just spiced wine, and he'll sort of raise it in your direction and say, appreciate it. Have a good evening, Captain.
You as well.
And he'll head out onto the top deck.
So yeah, Alex, specifically Gideon and Ond, I would like to have.
Yep,
healed
all top men are just going to be
first.
prioritized from healing from now on.
And now that is
Hell no.
that is that is like for one
Green
healing
revolt time.
cycle, basically.
Well,
It's
until all the
not
top men are healed.
So
That's how, you know, I'm just going to tell you, well, that's how he's going to interpret it, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
You know, yep, that's fine.
We're going to cut now to...
For now, all it matters is that the two of them are healed first.
Yeah. Is there anything else anyone wants to do on the ship except for Yarrow? Because we're going to go to him last.
I would like to ask about my armor.
Yeah.
So, I just want to ask, like, because it like fits my body perfectly and everything, can I still cast spells wearing it or not?
No.
Okay. How does... There's no way to like train an armor proficiency by just wearing it a lot, is there?
Nope, same with weapons. You have to get it from feat or class.
Okay. Then I probably shouldn't be wearing it.
Can you not suffer for 40 weeks of like not being able to
No.
cast spells?
You can't gain armor weapon proficiencies, because then everyone everywhere in Valorous would have all of them, because it only takes, like, what is that? 2 years to train all armor proficiencies plus shield.
A bit more, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, 160, so it'd be
fair
3
enough.
years. Yeah.
Yeah, and that just don't make sense.
Nope.
What if it was an armor that gave you proficiency in it? You could
Then-
try casting, see if it works.
Yeah. True.
That's what I was wondering, was like if, but you're saying it's not like worth experimenting. The answer is just flat
You
no.
can experiment. I'm telling you the results of those experiments will be no.
Okay.
Yeah. You can still wear it, though. Just go look up the full, like, disadvantage table for not having proficiency. It's not the end
I
of the
looked
world.
It does say you cannot cast spells.
Okay, yeah, that's one of them.
Pretty big
Yeah.
one for you.
Yeah.
It says, yeah, right here, armor proficiency, the last sentence, just to make sure I'm not like being wrong about this.
Yeah.
Your class gives proficiency with certain types of armor. If you wear armor that you lack proficiency with, you have disadvantage on ability checks, saving throws, attack rolls that involve strength or dexterity, and you can't cast spells.
Yeah.
That seems pretty straightforward, actually.
I'd
Yeah.
say you can't
Yeah.
cast spells.
I would
and
also
that's
say that,
fair.
yeah.
So I'm just like making sure that it's Jover.
Yeah, I mean, you can
Um,
stay nice and cozy in that armor until tomorrow and worry about who to give it to then.
Yeah,
At least for one night, live through the illusion. You could, yeah.
I'm gonna do that, and I'll check my subclass to make sure it doesn't give me anything crazy.
Sure. All right, anything else other than Yarrow that would like to do something on the ship?
Yeah, I was just gonna do my like bosun check-in with the Marines forecaster men. And,
Marines will not talk to you. Not because they hate you in particular. They're just giga loyal to Vezio, and they don't talk to other people. They just won't really. They don't recognize your authority.
I will talk to Vezio then.
Okay, yeah, you head up to the top deck. Vezio he's a little bit into Night Watch at this point, so he just has his Night Watch boys up there. Vezio, this is what I was going to get to later. Who were you selecting to join you on Night Watch? Because previously Kaheen was the leader of the Night Watch, but she got, moved from the crew. So that's you now. So who do you want to be guarding the ship at night with you?
Is this like a permanent thing?
No, you can switch it around, but it'd be nicer if you just picked the same people every night, so I don't have to ask you every time.
Is this just one other person? How many other people?
You can pick as many as you want. The only downside is they will not get short rests on normal short rests because they'll be watching throughout the night. So you have to be like at port, not on night watch to get a short rest.
Oh, what the hell? This job sucks.
It does, yeah. At least Kaheen could sleep during the day, but you have to be awake during the day because that's like your job. So who do you want to suffer
I
through
have
with
to
you?
I honestly would advise like a rotating schedule, but just make it consistent. Like just tell Alex like the first two, then the next two, then the next two, then the next two. And it's
They're
just
all still going to
every
suffer the
night.
penalty, so at that point you're just like roping in more people to suffer the penalty. So I would recommend keeping it like just pick a couple people, and mechanically, if your ship ever gets snuck up on night, these will be the only people on deck for the first round of combat. So you don't want to pick like Maybe a couple sailors just for their passive perception, but you don't want to pick like only shitters because then the first round of combat will be a fucking massacre.
What's the
I'll help out if you
downside?
want.
The downside is that you can't get short rest while on the boat because you're staying up all night.
I don't get much back on a. I don't think
Well,
I get anything
if-
back on a short rest at all.
Yeah.
I don't have much to get back.
If you need a short rest, wouldn't you just like use someone else?
You could do that, yes, but again, like, we're gonna do a somewhat permanent schedule because I don't want to be asking you. If you want me to ask you every time there's a short rest,
Actually,
I
you know
will,
what?
but It just seems
this
annoying.
Android Cox guy, he's getting 2 shares. He's gonna have to work for his second share.
Fair enough.
You know what, based? He's
Night Watch it
underneath you
is.
technically, so.
And
Not even technically, he just is. Like straight up.
Yeah.
Guy who's gonna eat
What's-
us on watch. Fuck.
His perception like, is it okay?
Now, let me go check. I don't know if he has any proficiency in perception. He's more like a murder
I've got a
type guy.
4.
He has a 13 for passive perception.
That's not terrible.
It's not terrible, but it's worse than Vezio's.
I got 14. I wonder if there's anyone specifically that is.
If you want to like snipe the highest passive perception person, I think that would be Georg.
Probably
The
gonna be a player character.
It is, yeah. It's the first mate.
Elwyn.
I am just going to. I will tell you.
What-
I'm just
what-
going to disapprove that. I think
Rip.
Georg has too many responsibilities.
He does do a lot of shit.
To also
Well,
be the Night Watch
Some other
captain.
snipes would probably be like other Marines. Crab was on the previous Night Watch because he does like nothing. He literally just like researches all day. He's
Actually,
a
you know
fucking
what?
research cell.
Crab is
Hey, Crab.
absolutely
If
allowed.
he's
to be
gonna
a
hang
Night Watch.
around, he can
All right,
do it.
you pick Crab. Do you want any more? Or are you
This is
good?
strong team.
Just yeah, yeah. That is very
I
strong.
reckon
Level 7,
between-
level 8, and level 5. Yeah.
I reckon this will be okay. We can hold out long
All
enough to
right,
get someone.
So Rudel, you head up the steps, and
I would hope so.
as a part of Night Watch, you have to spread around the ship, and since there's only 3 of you, none of you are like talking. So it's you, Vezio up at the helm, Andre in the center of the
Yeah,
ship.
Alex, there
Yeah.
were a couple other people on the dock before we went up.
We'll get to that, yeah. Crab up at the front gun, and Rudel, you climb the ladder, and you see Vezio just like chilling at the helm, all on his own.
Vezio, a word.
Yeah, I've got time.
Just doing my check-in as a bosun, just making sure everyone's requirements are met and everyone who doesn't want to bring stuff up to the captains getting their word in. So,
Well,
got anything to say on behalf of your Marines?
we keep losing Marines. It's partially my failure, but we need more soon if we're going to keep engaging in combat. And I would like to keep our combat a little more. No, we don't always have the choice, but a little more favored to our side, so we don't lose so many of our Marines every time.
Alright. So, next time we port, you want us to prioritize hiring Marines.
We could use a couple more.
Alright. Anything else personally? Anything you or your boys want? More gear, more bullets, more gunpowder?
I can't think of anything.
Well, if any of them bring something up, just let me know.
Yep.
Alright. Alright. Then I'll head to the... What is it? No, yeah, I guess I'll ask Shaibon. Is Shaibon still awake?
Shaibon, it's pretty late. Would you be staying up late in the evening for any reason?
I mean, am I sculpting with Snort?
No, Snort went to bed. He's a sleepy boy.
Alright, cool. Then I probably would be heading to bed as well.
All right,
but
then no, Shaibon is not up.
Okay. Let's see. Then I was also gonna do I already did the top men. Forecastle men.
Asleep.
They up, sleep.
Most of the crew, with the exception of like David Cook, the captain, and a couple others, are gonna be asleep by now.
Yeah.
everyone else is gonna be asleep.
Most of them, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I guess I'll ask Democritus because he's pretty based.
Yeah, you make your way to the. I mean, he's not a member of the group, but you make your way to the second deck where all the oars are, and he's like leaning. He's like fully like seated on one of those benches. His back is like leaning against the hull, and he is jotting down stuff in his journal.
Democritus, how are you?
Well, I'm doing quite, you know, that crab fellow.
Yeah, he's a scary one. That one.
That's one way of putting it. Yeah. Beyond that, today is an interesting parable. The Battle of Four Ships. I'm already, writing the outline of the chapter. It'll certainly make an exciting thing. We just need to leave out all the prisoner bits and, all the scavenging bits and all the men into cat bits.
Will you make a description of the way the ships were broken down at the bottom?
Not necessary. I've noticed that audiences don't particularly like languishing on the grim details of battle. They much more like the action-packed excitement portion of it. I'm sure you've never read an adventure novel where the main character goes and surveys the destruction that he has wrought.
Probably not.
You can read, right?
Of course I can.
Oh, there's just something in the way you said that made me... All right, well, that's good.
Well, out of character, I just don't know something Rudel would have read.
Would he? Is he an adventure book reader?
I think he's more of an informational reader.
Well, there you go. So he wouldn't know. Also, Ben, Jeebus.
What about you? Am I really making this sound?
Yes.
Sorry, I like literally have noticed. Every once in a while, I think my mic just picks up a weird breath. I'm very sorry.
Pog. It just sounded like Snort was like standing right next to them, just fucking.
Every time it happens, I just think Snort is like super excited and just like, yeah, I want to hear about the crush boats too.
Bro, that was your one, and that almost peaked the audio. That was way too loud. Good God. Yeah, Democritus, hold on.
Well, I'm glad that you're able to read. Either way, I'm going to be leaving that section out of the book.
Alright. Well, I'll tell you the main reason why I came to talk to you. I had some extra time on my hands with some of my bosonic duties. Is that how you put it? Anyway,
I wouldn't know. I'm not a
Shit, dude, that is
not a ship person myself.
Right. Well, just came to ask if there are any requests on your part. Anything?
Could I
that
get
you would like
paid
to see
more?
happen? Technically, we saved you, so we should be paying you at all.
Well, that's from one perspective. That's not how the book will tell it. I'll put it that way.
Rudel, you should immediately report that to Adrian, by the way.
Fuck no. Adrian's mean.
True.
It would be so
Why would I
funny
tell?
if you
What,
did, though.
Bosun starts snitching on people to the captain.
yeah, that would be so funny if people started not trusting the fucking bosun.
That would be funny.
Yes, surely they trust him already.
I mean, they trust him more than the captain to tell him like lurid details because they won't get yelled at.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
Either way,
And
Democritus
plus
shrugs.
the game the cool things they find.
Democritus shrugs and says, either way, you should be excited about all this. I think in the book you're going to have more of that, like, morally gray archetype. You're going to be like the, is he not, that sort of thing. Readers love that.
Well, this might be one of the first adventure books I ever read.
Yeah, and I think,
Very excited.
I may describe you as handsome. I mean, obviously, artistic liberties, But, I think that would help the readers connect more.
Yes. Pre-face blown off.
Sure.
Did you not remember, like, Rudel's cheek is
No,
not there
Democritus just
anymore?
didn't know that you weren't always like that. He just assumed it was like a birth problem.
Oh.
Ooh.
Actually based.
Yeah.
But, hopefully it'll be in a language I can understand.
Can you read common?
Oh,
I would have thought you would read in your native tongue.
Well, I wrote a couple of things in Delian. I mean, my first 3 plays were all in that. But, we're trying to get into the international market. My publicists insist on it. We're even writing some copies in Cymbeline to try to get out to the, Athnoween demographic. Despite how much they hate our people, they seem to love occasional books. Not many writers in their culture, it seems.
Well, I'm excited to see it printed.
Well,
Mind if I read a couple of the first couple chapters?
once it's made, sure. I mean, nothing here is final. I'm just sending drafts back to Zuri. The final tome probably won't be produced until 3 or 4 months after I've returned to my home.
Oh, okay. No, that makes sense. All right. Well, if there's nothing else. I'll leave you to it.
Thank you.
Who else do I feel like talking to? I'll talk to the surgeon, actually. That seems cool.
Surgeon is sleepy time.
Fuck! I want to talk to more characters. I want to get to
People
know
are
more
sleepy
characters.
time.
No!
You should be EP time.
You know what? Yeah, sure. Whatever. I'll
All
go to
right,
sleep.
you
Whatever.
go EP time. Unios is EP time. Shaibon is EP time. Snort is EP time. Captain Svensson.
Yeah. So I did have some people I would like to talk to.
Sure.
If only I could remember who these people were.
Guess it's not too important then, so you can probably go EP time, right?
No, it was rather important. Okay, yes. So it was Shaibon was another one of them.
EP time.
So yeah, I'll call,
I mean, you
He
can
go.
wake me.
Yeah, you could wake him if you
Oh.
wanted to.
It's that late at this point.
Yeah. Well, it's post the Philo conversation, so yeah, most people are already asleep.
Okay. Let me see if anyone might be awake is among my list.
Vezio's awake.
True. Good old Vezio.
Okay, yeah, I'll go up to Vezio.
Yeah, you exit your cabin, rain pisses on your head. You fucking despise the weather here in Galadrim. Back in the Delian League or the colonies or even Mythosia, you have proper rains where it rains for like 15 minutes and it just fucking dumps on your head. Here, though, it's just like this little pitter-patter that drops throughout a whole day, and it just feels like God is spitting on you.
Fucking
Yeah.
gross, dude.
And at the helm, Vezio's just being chilling.
Vezio?
Yes.
I'm just wondering how you and your Marines are doing overall. Morale-wise, equipment-wise, health-wise.
Funny, the bosun just asked us this.
Yeah, I'm sure he did, and I'm sure you told him all there was to tell.
What does that mean? Anyway.
I think you know exactly what that means.
I don't think I do.
Yeah,
well,
that's
we're a little short on manpower. And I would like in the future, if we're going to pick fights, I know we can't always pick them, but to pick fights that favor us a bit more, maybe less heavily armed pirates.
Of the 2 fights we've been in, neither of them we picked, right?
Yeah, I know, but
that's
we're down to 7 Marines, including me now.
I acquired Andre for you. I think he's an excellent addition to the Marine complement.
He is, but it's not. The issue is the turnover. If the Marines start seeing that every combat 1 or 2 of them die, they're just going to leave the next time we reach port. They need to think they have a chance to survive. I don't want to send men to their death either.
I mean, that's a risk. I can see about on the next voyage, maybe giving the Marines 1 1/4 share each.
Might help, but we've just had a lot of deaths recently. I think 4 in the past, maybe 5 if you include that last one that left before we left the city.
I would not include him. But I suppose 4 in the past. What has it been? 2 months?
It's hard to keep morale up when we're losing so many people.
Is there anything other than manpower additions that can improve my morale that I can personally see to?
Any shares would be votes. Just
That
short
would be
time,
a
I guess.
short time.
We also need to make money, so we have to balance that somehow. I don't know. I haven't
think
heard
that
any
can be-
complaints so far, but
That can be relatively easily balanced. I can definitely get some assured shore time the next time we put in port, especially because we'll have to offload all of the goods that we have, which I'm sure will take a longer amount of time than we normally stand. So would a guaranteed advance on payment during the next shore leave be a good improvement to morale?
oh, I'm sure it would. Few of the young boys don't spend it all on booze, but
Well,
what they're gonna do. That's what they're gonna do.
That's how younger sailors are. You know how it is. All right,
I'll keep you informed if I feel anything. But they seem
Again.
like they're doing okay for now.
If you trust Rudel, please, by all means, go through the proper channels.
I don't think he's done anything against the ship, so...
Then follow that. And I'll walk away.
Cool. So, evening falls. Everyone gets some EP time except for Vezio. You just stand up at the helm, getting pissed on by God, just chilling at the wheel. At a certain point, the yeah.
Nothing.
Okay.
Just left the thing.
At a certain point, the moon will begin to emerge, and you can see that it is almost full, Vezio. And it provides a lot of light that you can see by. You can see at the front of the ship, Crab is just petting his cat and reading a book. But Andre is pacing back and forth. He looks a bit stressed out. He's like holding his head in his hands.
Oh no.
I'm going to have a quick look around, make sure nothing's approaching, and then go over and see what he's doing.
Yeah, you walk down the deck and you hear him muttering to himself. You do notice, though, his eyes are closed. He seems to be sleepwalking.
I've served before. Does this look like something I've seen? Like,
You know, when people have served for a long time, like he has or you have, you can start to get some really fucking awful dreams, nightmares, things like that. And it seems like this could be one of those. Like, he's muttering to himself, so it could be reliving a moment from the past. It could also be some crazy fucking magic shit, because, I mean, Clemretha did something similar to this, though he doesn't seem to be, like, sabotaging the ship. He's just pacing back and forth across the ship, you know, walking 20 feet in one direction, walking back, walking side to side.
I don't want to wake this guy up and have him go for his weapon. Cause
yeah, you do notice one of his spears is like propped up against the mast, but the other one is like on his like at his side, sort of like it's holstered. You've never seen anyone store a spear like that, but
maybe I'll stand back and call out to him. Andre, hello?
His eyes flash open and he looks at you and he sort of like, he instantly grabs his spear, and before you notice, it's like halfway out. Then he looks around and says, hi. What, did you say something?
No, you just looked like you were getting a bit tired, so I just came to check in.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, I'm fine. Just, you know, just a raging headache. Some, you know, I must have drifted off because I had an awful dream.
All good, and I'll walk away.
Yeah.
This is not good.
You head back up the steps. He recovers his other spear, and he just continues to walk throughout the night to keep himself awake. He's smart enough to know that, falling asleep once maybe can be forgiven. Falling asleep twice is just like pure negligence. So he just spends the evening walking across the top deck, trying to be quiet to prevent anyone from waking up. And the evening ends. We head on to the next day. And we are at our time. I thought it would take about a session to salvage because it's pretty fucking slow and agonizing to get anything from the bottom of the ocean. That's about how long it took, but I'm glad everyone got a couple character moments in. I think we'll be good next week for the Voyage of the Defiance. So I think that's all we got. Any parting words?
Did we get our XP?
What's our XP?
Oh yes, I fully calculated this in between sessions, and I just forgot to mention it until right now. Every player gets 1700 XP, and all NPCs with player levels get 1800 XP.
Oh, how do they get more?
Sorry. Everyone on the crew gets 1800. Specifically, you guys get 1700 additional on top of that. So the players would get what is that? Each player gets 3500 XP.
How much XP do I have to give to make someone level 1?
You can only give all your XP or none of it.
Oh, that's how you're doing it?
Yep.
Oh man, I'm so close.
Okay,
Man,
and this
I
is
wish
up
I got
from
a long
4 to
rest.
5?
I don't know what level you are.
No,
for you,
yeah.
it is. For you, it is 4 to 5, yeah.
Yeah, it would bring me to level 5 as well, but I'm still level 3 because I haven't had a long rest.
Got to get the captain to
Oh,
do
you
that
said
then.
it's 30. You said it's 3,500?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, I am 300 short of level 5. Okay.
I'm 315.
Well, time to do one more raid before you long rest then.
Yeah.
No, we should just long rest. Let's just long rest, y'all. Who needs who needs money?
True.
That's if y'all can convince me to do that, then you know what? All of
Think
that.
Well,
of
that'll be a
all the
next week thing, because with that,
whole ship.
And note, I still need to level up from 4 to 5.
well, everyone, like half the crew needs to level up. Yeah, so with that, we'll call it there. Next week, I don't know what we'll be doing. Did we make enough money to stop pirating, or do we need to go pirate some more ships?
No pirating.
No, lol. We absolutely need to take some more slaves and also maybe pirate some more ships.
Wait, how much money do we have now?
Not enough.
How much raw money?
There also are still 2 ships you didn't find any money on, so you could always search those again. But
Wait, what? My question still
is it
stands. What is our money at?
379 or 3. What he said? 39. Oh yeah, it is 3. Oh, the total amount. Yeah, the total amount is 392.
392 plus 500. That puts us almost at 900.
Yep.
That's
That is less than breaking even.
Yeah.
which is not what we're going for here.
Yeah, I honestly, like, at the rate we're, like, just racking up W's, I don't see why we wouldn't go for excellent profit.
Okay, cool. So are we gonna finish searching those ships next time, or are we just headed out to the open seas to get some merchant
Like a
ships?
question for next session.
Good point. So yeah, we'll do that next time. I'll see you guys then.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
Bye. We love you. You're so
Love you.
cute.